What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back to another episode of Otaku Hour. I am your host today, Rashad Sun, and join me today are my fellow co-hosts, Cloudy Crow.
Yo, what's up? It's Cloudy Crow here. Happy to be here. Let's get into it. We got a spicy episode today, so I'm excited.
And also join me, another great guy of mine, Mr. Amir One, man.
Yeah, what's going on? It's Mirror One, and I'm like I said, bro. I'm always happy to be here, bro. This is only gonna get spicy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, this week, your boy, it's his turn to host, man. And I was like, I know in the past two, podcasts that we've done, everyone's been getting a little heated, tensions have been rising and stuff. And I feel like the crowd, you don't really understand our anime taste, man. So I was like, this week, I think we're going to go ahead and react to each other's Mal list or my anime list, so you guys can kind of get a better understanding of what anime we like individually, man. And you already know too, bro, there's gonna be a lot of roasting going on in reacting to each other's Mal's list.
Sure.
So
For sure, bro.
hey, man, I know this one's gonna be a long one, guys. You're in for a good one. So without further ado, y'all, let's get into it, man. Cloudy, you wanna go first?
I'm up first. All right. Let me move this over. Oh boy, I'm going first, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me set up this stream stuff.
Anime man himself.
Right.
I wouldn't go that far. I definitely wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go that far. That's crazy talk.
Let me pull up
My
Mal's
POV,
list.
my POV, my fault.
Hey, I appreciate it though. I appreciate
All
it.
All right.
right.
All right, it should be up. You guys can see it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So I don't use my anime list anymore. I have my anime list, but it's like years outdated. But I do keep up with my AniList account, which is basically the same thing. It's just a different website. And to me, I think it looks cooler. So that's why I use this. But here's got all my stats. Hey, you can respect or flame. I'm not a anime veteran. I've been here for 10 years, watched like 10,000 anime. I got a clean 287 and I'm happy with that. But over here, over here, you could like set up your profile and stuff. And down here, I put my scale that I rate all of my anime on. So this is my 10-point scale. A 10 for me is a masterpiece. This means if someone comes up to me and says, I want a comedy anime, then I'm automatically putting one of these 10s that's a comedy in that suggestion. For 9, it's fantastic, highly recommend, but that's going to be like, it's going to take a couple suggestions. Like maybe if you say send me 5 anime, then this one might pop in. Very good, but a few flaws. This is one that I think is good, but there's some marks they didn't quite hit. 7 is a good anime, but not everyone will agree. This is an anime that I really like, but not everybody's going to mess with it. I can see that it doesn't appeal to everyone. 6 is going to be, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't too impressive. Just like, it's slightly above average. That's like a 6 for me. 5 is middle of the road, decent. Doesn't go above or below my expectations. 4 is going to be major flaws, but it's okay outside of that. Like, I didn't regret watching it, but I'm definitely not going to watch it again. 3 is going to be do not recommend. 2 is going to be very disappointed. And 1 is going to be couldn't finish. So, now we have the anime list.
Wait, before
right
you
here.
before you get into this,
Whoa.
bro, I gotta say this, bro.
Mhm.
Just looking at your average mean score for all anime just lets me know how this list is about to be.
88.8? I don't even know what this means. Because it's all on a 10-point scale, so I don't know why it says 88.
So that means that I think majority of the anime that you have are at least an 8 or higher.
Oh yeah, I was just about to explain that. So I guess I can explain it before we get into it. So for me, when I rate anime, I rate them very critically in the sense of like, if I'm watching an anime and I don't like that anime, I'm most likely not going to finish it. And I'm the kind of person where I think it's a little unfair to rate an anime if you haven't watched all of it. Like if I haven't finished an entire season 1 of an anime, I'm not going to say this anime's a 2 because it could get way better later on and maybe it just has a bad start. So that's why a lot of the anime I haven't finished just haven't been rated at all. So that could explain why my mean score is higher. And also because I got good taste, all right?
Okay.
So if I'm watching something, it's going to be good. 9 times out of 10. Or I guess 88.8 times out of 100.
Oh gosh. Okay.
All right. So here we got the actual anime list. And starting off, this is what I'm watching right now. So when it comes to seasonal anime, I'm watching My Dear Friend Nokotan. Fire comedy, recommended if you haven't seen it. Oshinoko Season 2. If you love Season 1, you're going to love Season 2. Tower of God Season 2. That's going strong. Today's episode was great. I'm loving that. And then I have some anime that I'm watching on the side. We got Fate Grand Order Babylonia. So fire. Like, I can already see this being like a 9 or a 10 by the time I finish it. Go Go Loser Ranger, which I really like. I don't know if I can really rate it because it could go anywhere from the point I'm at right now. Oh yeah, My Hero as well. Watching My Hero. Fire. Sympho Gear G. Great. Very kind of like underrated anime. I don't think too many people know about it. And Irregular at Magic High School is going really strong so far, so I like it. But anyways, now for the point that everybody's been waiting for. The completed anime, which I've gone through. I've given my scores to them. There's some that I didn't, like the Dragon Ball Z movies. But let's get into it. Top to bottom. Boom. Number 1. A Place Further Than the Universe. That is a 10 out of 10. If you saw in my profile, I have my top 5 anime. It's a little outdated. I think I'd change Attack on Titan. But A Place Further Than the Universe was up there, and it is staying up there. That is probably my favorite, like, slice of life anime of all time. So good.
Can you give like a brief synopsis of what it's about? Because I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so this is the one that's about, I think I mentioned it in the last podcast or the one before. It's the one that's about a girl. She's in high school. She feels like she hasn't really done much with her life. She feels too ordinary. Like she's just kind of going through the motions, and she wants to do something new and exciting. And so she decides to go on a trip to Antarctica, which is crazy for a high schooler to do, let alone anyone to do. Because you have to go through like specific rigorous training to prepare yourself for the harsh conditions, and it gets harsh out there. But you have these 4 girls that are all from different backgrounds. They all have their different reasons for wanting to go, and it has a beautiful mix of like harsh, kind of brutal, sad moments, but also like some really wholesome and heartwarming moments. More wholesome than the first one that I said, but I love it. It's a really cool story.
Okay.
So going forward, how do you want me to do this? Do you want me to like say something, my score, and then like you guys are gonna chime in, or just keep going and then you guys chime in whenever you want?
I think it's just best we chime in whenever we want. I'm assuming this first one me and Amir hasn't seen, so that's the reason why we haven't said anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I asked for that synopsis, because I was like, yeah, I've never seen this, so I can't really say.
Yeah. Okay.
But a 10 is crazy, so I ain't gonna lie. Remember,
Bro,
you said 10's a masterpiece, bro. Like,
yeah, and a 10 is if, like, for example, this is a slice of life. If somebody comes up to me and says, hey, I'm looking for a new slice of life anime, boom. First recommendation, Place Further Than the Universe. If you like wholesome anime, you're gonna love this one.
Hey man, I can't even say anything because you gave that joint a 10, so I can't even talk bad about it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That is indeed a masterpiece.
Oh my
Next,
goodness.
we have A Silent Voice. I gave that a clean 9. I really liked it. I know you
So
guys actually have seen it. So thoughts?
fire.
You wanna go
Is that
first?
too high?
No, go ahead, Rashad.
No, Silent Voice. That is perfect.
Mhm.
I forgot what I rated that on mine, but I definitely believe that, you know what I'm saying, Silent Voice is a generational type of movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't agree more with you, to be real.
Yeah, fire. So fire. Next, A Comic I Kill. I gave that an 8. Thoughts? It's been, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I've seen A Comic I Kill, so if I rewatched it, I don't know if I'd put it in the same place, but I remembered liking it, and there's characters in there I really like.
I will say, I don't know if it came out during the summertime, but it got me through the summer, bro. So Yeah, I was able
and
to finish
everybody
it.
was talking about it while
Yeah,
it was
so
airing.
I ain't gonna lie. That joint was heat. That joint was flame. So,
Mhm.
and also I know how people were disappointed how it ended, but like it did a good job how it ended. So
Yeah.
from start to finish, I agree with the scoring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, we
Okay.
have Angel Beats. Have both of you guys seen that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I gave
Uh,
Angel Beats a 7.
I'm not.
Thoughts?
I'm not mad at a 7 to be real with you.
Mhm.
You know, without spoiling to any, anything before we get to the rest of our list. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like people definitely overhyped this anime. Um,
Mhm.
I think the average score on Mal is like 8, which I
Mhm.
definitely disagree on. But a 7, I'm not. I'm fine with that. If
Okay.
I just feel like with
Yeah.
this anime, it was like a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It,
Yo, if you like tearjerkers, yeah,
yes,
this is
exactly,
for
Mhm.
you. If you like
exactly.
Mhm.
tearjerkers, yeah, this is for you. But
Yeah. Also, I think this is a good starter anime. Like, if this is one of your first anime, then or this would make sense if it was one of your first anime. Because back when I watched it, I'm sure when we all watched it, everybody was saying like, "Bro, Angel Beats is gonna make you cry. Like when you watch that, you're gonna cry." And when I watched it, I'm not gonna lie, I choked up towards the end a little bit, a little bit. But for me, the thing that kind of brings its score down a little bit is that there's some characters that I messed with, and there's other characters that I didn't really care much for. So I was really just invested in seeing where the characters I liked would end up. But for the
mm,
characters I didn't really care for, when their parts came around, it was like, okay, that's cool. But
Mhm. I think
anyways,
with that
oh yeah.
anime, the biggest thing for me is the reason why why I rate it what I rate it whenever we get to mine is a lot of people, like I said, was overhyping it, so I had very high expectations for the anime, but
Mhm.
I really feel like it failed to deliver. But we'll get into that later on.
Yeah. I like the plot twist in the end though. That was pretty cool.
Mhm.
But next, Anohana. Now this, I feel like this anime succeeded where Angel Beats failed when it came to being like an emotional tearjerker sort of anime. I
yeah.
Mhm.
loved Anohana. That ending, Menma, bro, I will never forget
Oh
that.
yeah.
I will never forget that, bro. Such a cool story. But there were some iffy parts. But overall, I enjoyed it. Gave that a 9.
Mhm. Did you
Next,
And the
did you wait? Wait,
characters.
hold on real quick. I was gonna
Yep.
make sure. Like, did you see it, Amir?
Yeah.
You have
And
seen it?
also I saw it when you saw it.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we
you
did
guys
watch the
watched
stream.
it on the
Yeah.
stream?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang,
No, I
I
was
wish I
just
was
saying,
a
I
streamer.
like the characters. Yeah, Rashad used to be my plug, but
Mhm.
you know, but if for anime, like, disclaimer, for
Yeah.
anime,
Yeah,
but
disclaimer.
Hey.
yeah, but going back to this anime,
Mm.
bro, the characters was just like each character was just like so different, bro.
Mhm.
It's just like it was just like so interesting. That's why I kept watching.
Yep.
Hey, also, Cloudy, just so like I'm not like trying to cut you off or anything like that. Just after everyone like you give your rating, just like ask any thoughts, and then
Okay.
yeah, to make it more like.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
keep going.
Okay. So next we have Alcana for Rhythm Across the Blue. I gave this one a 7. It's a pretty cool anime. I feel like not too many people have seen it. Have either of you guys seen it?
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, it's this cool kind of like flying combat anime. Like it's an actual sport where they have this gear that helps them fly and they do like air combat and there's different kinds of flyers. There's like attackers, there's speed types, stuff like that. It's a cool little story. I mess with it. Gave that a 7. Astra Lost in Space or Kanata no Astra. I love this one. I gave it an 8. I really enjoyed this one. Um, this one was about well, it's really complicated, and you
Yeah,
find
it
out the
is.
reason. Yeah, you find out the reason why they're in space kind of towards the end. But it's a cool adventure story about people from different backgrounds, and nobody is as they appear in the
It,
beginning.
shit is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The story
Yeah.
definitely in mid story it does get interesting because
Hmm.
it's just like when you get into it, bro. Especially if you keep moving forward, you're gonna be like, "Yo, there's no way." Like
Yeah.
everyone doesn't seem out like like they seem to be, bro. And it's
Mhm,
just like,
mhm.
I don't know, bro.
You
Like
know,
that's all I can say because
yeah,
I'm
that's
not gonna
cool,
lie.
man.
When I got into this anime, I was just like, yo, this is gonna be okay to me. Like it's gonna be
Mhm,
very okay. You know, it's just about these people lost in space just trying to get back home.
mhm.
Simple as that. But nah, bro, it just goes deeper than that. I'm sitting here like, yo, like, wow, I didn't know they
Yeah.
could pull this stuff off. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
all.
And I'm telling you, man, the coolest thing is the fact that you go like what there's 12 episodes, you go like 6
Yeah.
episodes in, you find these characters, you like some, you don't, and then once you hit that like 6, 7, 8 episode mark, then it flips the script and
It's
you're like,
script.
dang, I didn't know this about this character. Mhm.
Exactly.
It's cool. Now, oh boy,
Oh
this is
boy.
Oh
Yeah.
man, oh
this is
man.
I will die on this hill, bro. Season 1 of Attack on Titan was a masterpiece, bro.
Oh,
That is the
yeah.
first episode is one of the greatest like hook episodes in anime. Especially when it comes to mainstream anime. There are so many people that I'm sure have never heard about Attack on Titan, never cared about it. They watch that first episode and they're like, "Yo, what? I gotta see more." This whole episode, everything from like when the scouts regiment gets sent out and then Levi's first team gets wiped, the female Titan, like
Yeah.
man, there's so many fire moments. Season
Like
1 at least, that will get a 10 for me.
I just never
For sure.
seen as many anime that has like just has like these titans. Well, first of all, it's the setting in general
Mhm.
because it's not like a modern city. They live like not well, technically, yeah, out in the open where they have these walls and and they're like villages and different factions and stuff
Mhm.
or regiments, if that's what you call it. Because you got the scout,
Yeah.
got
Mhm.
the police,
Yeah, the police, I forget what they're called
and
too.
the royal guards or something like that.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
and Titans. Man, like that has to be scary, bro. Especially when that
Mhm.
first episode dropped, bro. It's just like is we not looking directly at his POV, but it's just like, yo, like
Mhm.
how that John went that shit went crazy. That's all I gotta say,
Yeah,
bro.
and just real
Just
quick
different.
before you chime in, Rashad, I gotta say, you gotta remember, bro, season 1, this is when we had prime dog Eden. He was really about that
Mhm.
smoke every single episode, bro. This is when he was still like young and angsty. So
Mhm.
I messed with season 1. I gave it a 10. You guys think that's too high? Thoughts?
I'm not mad at it.
Just-
I'm not
okay,
mad at
okay,
it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
okay.
But
I'm not mad at you either.
Hmm.
what will say that I'm a little bit mad at is, bro, this right here, guys. Listen, man, our audience watching at home, because you probably have the same exact rating as Cloudy right here, man. But
Hmm.
there's no way you're telling me that all seasons of Attack on Titan were 9 or higher, bro.
Well, this is one thing I will say. I did not watch the final like movie,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it was. I didn't see the actual ending of Attack on Titan. So that's not rated up here. I know the ending was controversial, so that very well might have been an 8. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's yeah. You might as well say that. Yeah, you're right. Say that.
Nah,
No,
I
bro.
can't speak on the ending, but leading up to it, yeah, I actually like when you announced that we were gonna do this. I went through my list again because I was like, oh crap, maybe I was too forgiving, and I
Mhm.
was trying
Yeah.
to think and justify why these seasons deserve these ratings. And bro, I couldn't come up with a reason to bring them lower than a 9. They're very good, very well executed. The final season, I know you correct me if I'm wrong. You said that once like the more political elements started getting introduced, that's when the series started to fall off, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I thought it was interesting. I liked learning a lot about the lore behind the Titans and why the Titans or why the Marleyans hate the Eldians and why the Eldians hate the Marleyans, finding out all that lore and seeing how that hatred has like continued for generations until today, and that this big feud between how do we stop this? Do
Mhm.
we like eviscerate everybody, Or do we what's the word? Euthanize? Is that it?
Yeah.
Or do we, euthanize the Eldian? Do we euthanize the Eldians so there won't be any more Titans? Or do
Yeah.
we kill everyone that isn't a Titan so that they won't mistreat Eldians? I thought that was really interesting. And that's a
That's why
really
I
good
continue to.
question. Yep. Yep.
Dang, but nines though.
I give them nines, bro. The stories are fire. The
Oh
characters are
snap!
fire.
I didn't
How
even see
they
that.
evolve.
Yeah, all nines. Damn.
Yeah.
Fanboy at his
I'm,
finest.
I'm just gonna lump these together. If there's
Yeah.
any season specifically that you guys want to attack, feel free, and I'll try to give my justification behind it. But yeah, I'm giving them all nines except for the finale.
I
It's-
thought season 3 was controversial
Yeah.
because Aaron.
What about him?
Because you know how people complained about his character because how he acted.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he got like captured and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not one of those people, but like,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of hate. There was a lot of hate for season 3. Everyone's like saying season 3 felt like ever since season 3, like there wasn't when there was no parts. I guess part 1, everyone's saying like, "Yo, this joint fell off. Why is Aaron acting like this? Why he acting like a baby?" Like because remember he was just like, "I can't move." You know what I mean? And everyone, that's when everyone was like livid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here like I also got to think about like it's kind of hard, bro. Because everyone's going to think that like I'm a maniac for defending Aaron.
No,
But
go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You correct me if I'm wrong. It was him and what's the girl's name? The blonde chick with the blue eyes.
Annie?
No.
Oh, Historia?
Historia, right. Because then Aaron figured out like the flashbacks.
Yep, exactly. That's
Okay.
I was gonna say we can jump right back to the rest of what you were gonna say, but I was gonna say in season 3, everybody was talking about how Aaron's acting different, and even I was thinking like, why is he acting so weird? But then when you find out, I mean, I feel like spoilers are gonna kind of be inevitable, right? Going through this, or should I try to keep it?
I mean, I'm gonna keep it as vague as possible, but
okay.
That's why I said flashbacks, and I was gonna leave it like that.
Yeah. So basically, he like inherited those flashbacks, and it's weird because he kind of, I feel like his personality and his dad's personality kind of mixed because he inherited his dad's memories and he sees everything that he went through. So he kind of carries some of those same feelings. I think that's why his emotions changed so drastically, which again, like I'd say throughout season 3, Eden kind of fell off for me. But when he came back in season 4 after that time skip, I was like, okay, hold on. He's kind of clean now. But yeah, season 3, I really liked it because this is where you learn about Historia and the founding Titan, the founder Titan, and all that stuff. And that's also, oh man, that's also where you see the scene where the guy transforms into the founding Titan, and it's just this giant, nasty, like long body, weird thing. I like season 3, and you also meet Kenny in season 3 in Levi. Like,
and there's more history to that. That's what I'm saying. But I would still give that John an 8.
I give it a 9. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I'm actually surprised that, what I'm saying, you wouldn't give season 3 part 2 a 10 if you're, judging it like how you did season 1. Because bro, to be real with you, season 3 part 2 is probably the best season in my opinion. Even though I'm not even a Attack on Titan fan, bro, but everything that happened in that, bro, that was actually fire. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
Yeah.
So why didn't you give it a 10?
I think the main reason I gave Attack on Titan season 1 a 10 is because that is like, I have like kind of more of a personal connection with this anime. Like even back when I first started my channel, before I ever did reactions, well, fun fact, Attack on Titan season 3 part 1 was the first ever series I reacted to. But even before that, I did gaming content on the channel. And one of the earlier games I played, one of the first ones that actually did well, were Attack on Titan. I played the video game for it, which kind of replays through season 1, and I kind of I fell in love with the series all over again after actually being able to play and fight throughout the episodes. So I love season 1. I think it's a great anime that maybe isn't a good starter anime just because it is a bit darker, but this is definitely like a must-watch series, I feel, for people that are into anime.
Okay.
So that's why I gave it a 9, just because it's not, to me, as impactful as season 1.
All right.
Any other seasons you guys think should be lower?
You got it.
Moving on.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. Next, we got a classic, a childhood favorite of mine, Baka and Test, Summon the Beast. Have you guys ever seen it?
I have.
You have?
Mhm.
I gave this one a 6.
Wait, you did?
Favorite.
Yep. I gave it a 6 because
Mhm.
I think it's cool for what it was. It was one of my
Yeah.
earlier anime. It had its funny moments, cool characters, actually pretty cool concept with the like different classes and the grades and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I don't think if I went back and watched it today, I would enjoy it as much as I did back then because
Mhm.
I've seen so many more anime now, and I was a lot younger back then. And a lot of the comedy and humor here is kind of like younger, like the whole Hideyoshi meme. How like Hideyoshi, is he a guy? Is he a girl? I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So I
Yeah, I
gave
would
that a
say
6.
yeah because this John like I've seen this. I don't know when this John came out, but it's definitely when I was younger.
Yeah.
But this is something that I have to watch in dub and not in sub because it's something that I
Mm-hmm.
would just put on
Yep.
to like if I don't know if I had grabbed something to eat, bro. This is something I would just like
Yeah.
that would entertain me, like you know what I mean. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean it's dumb funny. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep it a buck. So if you want to see some comedy, bro, I guess
Hmm.
I mean I don't know how I feel like if I rewatch it now, but I know back then I rewatched it a couple of times because I needed something to watch, and
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, John is hilarious, bro, and I love my comedy. So when it comes to anime,
Yep.
so
I'm actually
Next.
shocked because I didn't think Cloudy can go lower than a 7. So
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You might be surprised.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right, next we got Bakemonogatari, bro. Have either of you guys dived into the Monogatari series yet?
Mm-mm.
You have? How
only
far did
one.
you get into it? Only the
I
first.
only saw one episode.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So Bakemonogatari, I gave this one a 9. And you're gonna see more of the Monogatari seasons throughout this, and it's actually so cool, man. It's about let me think. So you have your main character who is like he's like part vampire. So he's like I don't know if he's immortal per se, but he has like, super regeneration and stuff and whatever. And basically he's a part of this group that I think they go around and like exorcise spirits or something.
Okay.
And there are different girls that you meet throughout the season that all have different like what's the word I'm looking for? Um Paranormal sort of quirks about them. So like this man. Okay, I won't spoil, but this girl right here, she has a spirit with her. All of these characters have spirits with them that affect their life, and you have to kind of fix them by getting rid of the spirits. And some of the spirits are more tame. It's more of a mystery. You have to figure out what's going on before you can really remedy the problem. And there's some spirits that are dangerous that can
Mm.
very well kill you if you were a normal person. Luckily, the main character is a vampire, but all the characters have very unique personalities and they're all like lovable in their own way. So Bakemonogatari is the first one if you guys want to dive into it and check it out. I really, really liked it, and it only got better from there, as you will see later on.
Okay.
Baki.
Okay.
Baki, I gave this one a 9. This was the first anime I had ever seen of its type when it comes to these like fighting anime. At the time, I had never seen Hajime no Ippo. I had never seen like any of these other fighting anime, and Baki was the first one. And on top of that, Baki was the first anime that actually like blew up on the channel. So while I was watching through this series, it was so cool because I had some people that were going into this for the first time with me in the comments, and there were also like, veterans that have like read the manga and stuff that were talking about stuff in the comments. And it was so cool learning about these badass characters like Yujiro and Hanayama and Biscuit
Mhm.
Oliva. Like, these guys are fire, bro. And I feel like there's no anime out there like Baki. It's just so crazy over the top. And if you guys haven't seen that meme video of like, wait, I'm sure you guys have seen it. The meme video of Yujiro and Baki sitting down, and
Oh
then there's
yeah.
just like this invisible table,
Table,
and he's
yep.
like preparing a whole meal out of like imaginary ingredients, and they're just
Oh,
eating
yeah.
nothing. Like,
Bro.
that meme is so funny, bro. But
That's,
Baki,
Wait,
no,
so
I was just saying, I was agreeing with you.
any thoughts?
yeah, I was gonna say, so is this like Baki in its entirety, or is this just what season?
This is
it?
2018.
Okay, just 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen other seasons?
I read Baki the Grappler, not all of it, but man, I don't remember what part I left off on, but I read a good bit into it, like a good maybe like 100 chapters.
Mm.
And then I watched a bit of season 2. I think I got halfway into the season after this one with, I think that was the tournament one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Okay.
watched, I think I got like pretty close to the end actually. That was the one that had Muhammad Ali Jr., right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
so.
I
Yeah.
think I got to like episode 10 or 11 of that one.
Okay.
But any thoughts? Rate it too high?
I mean,
Too low?
now Baki is definitely one of those animes that it's not really plot driven. It's just more, just turn your brain off and just sit back and relax and just watch some fighting.
Yeah,
Um,
I
yeah,
agree with that.
I'm not really mad at it. Nine is okay. Baki was definitely a fun watch when I was watching it too.
Okay. Now, who? The star of the show. We got
Let's
B stars here.
go.
We got B
Chill out,
stars
Amir.
here.
Yeah.
Stop the cap, Amir.
I
Stop
gave
the
B
cap.
stars an 8. I really liked B stars. I like the story that it told. I know some people feel some type of way about the characters, and I understand that. Not everybody's gonna mess with the characters because of certain things that they do and certain ways that they act. But the way I see it is, I, as the viewer, I can't control how they act or how they behave. So given that they're this kind of person, how does the story, or I guess how does them being the kind of person that they are, play into the story and make it interesting? And I think that makes it very interesting. Now Legacy, I know some people don't mess with Legacy, but I like him as a character. I understand he's just like kind of a naive guy that's in love, and maybe the person he's chasing doesn't deserve his love. Maybe he deserves better. And hey, I'm not the one to argue that, but but I like the story that it told, especially towards the end when things got a lot more serious and you see like this panda guy and Louis and all this stuff come into play. Juno, I liked where Juno was going in the beginning, but I feel like things kind of tapered off towards the end. I wish she would have been more present. Like, I wish there was more of a rivalry between her and Haru so that Legacy would actually be conflicted, because it seems like he hasn't really paid Juno much attention at all throughout the series. So I wish it would have been more of a conflict between the two so that I could, root for Juno and not feel like it's useless. But thoughts? I know, I already know what you guys are gonna say.
You just need a particular taste in if you want to watch Beastars. So like,
True.
I think
And
I
some
think this
humans
joint was
lack that
good.
taste.
Hey, listen, I think it was cool. Like, I can't hate or love it. I watched
you
beginning
finished
from the end. Hey man,
Oh, okay.
the next 2 episodes of the podcast, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, look out.
I'm just saying.
Man,
Listen.
I wish I had the receipts, bro. Wish I had the receipt. But hold on, Cloud. Let me ask you this, bro. Cloud, be honest about this when I ask you this too, man.
What's up?
Are you into furries?
I knew you were gonna say that,
Yeah.
bro. I knew you were gonna say that. And no, I am not. As you can see, this is like the only furry anime on this list. I feel like that's everybody's thought. This is why I don't walk around with a Beastars t-shirt, right? Because I don't rep that group. But if you ignore the animal stuff and just focus on the story, you might like it.
Oh,
A
that's
better
even
example of it-
worse. That's
What?
even worse.
What?
Not focus on the animal stuff and just focus on the story. The story is the main problem with Beastars. But I'm not gonna go to.
Yeah. We can save it for yours.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to. Yeah, I'm not
Hey
gonna-
man, Beastars is just another form of Animal Farm, bro. If you know, you know.
But
I mean, like,
Just
well, when I
saying,
say if you
like-
ignore the animal stuff, I mean if you look past the fact that they're well, no, even then, I think them being animals is actually kind of cool. The way that it plays into the story because of the whole like predator versus prey dynamic that goes on throughout the story, and how for the prey are usually like these timid characters, and then you have like the dominant predators that are like running stuff. I think if you are, I guess, into this kind of anime, or I guess if you enjoyed this anime, I think you'd enjoy Zootopia more. Because Zootopia, I think, is an actually like really well written story that takes place in like an animal universe.
That's
More
crazy, 'cause
animals,
I
huh?
actually watched the movie.
wait,
Yeah.
before you go on, Cloudy. So this list is alphabetical order, right?
Yep.
Now, audience at home, all you guys that are watching, notice how he has Beastars as an 8, but he hasn't watched season 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, that's just 'cause I'm a busy
Oh,
man. I'm a
wow.
busy man. I haven't
Oh, that's all I'm
saying.
saying.
Yeah, yo, he's calling you a fraud. That's
Hey,
crazy.
I'm looking into maybe one of these days.
Hey,
All
man.
right, so this next one is actually a pretty cool story. It feels short for 11 episodes, but it's a nice, short and sweet story called "Beautiful Bones: Sakurako's Investigation." Have either of you guys seen it?
Mm-mm.
Nah.
Well, it's a pretty cool story about this girl that like she has like a kind of like a bit of a museum in her home that's made of like animal skeletons, and she's like, I don't know, she's like fascinated with like the whole process of death, and like it's hard to explain. You'd have to watch it and see, but it's basically about someone that's passionate about their collection of like dead skeletons and stuff. And then you also have the MC, and he starts to kind of fall for her, but cool stuff.
Okay.
Blue Exorcist, I gave this a 7. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't remember. I watched this so long ago. I don't remember too much, so I can't rate it very highly. All I know is, I really like the main character and his brother. Those two are awesome. Her back here, the girl, I can't show it because it disappears. But the girl in the top left with the red and yellow hair, she's fire, bro. She's one of my like favorite female anime characters. She's so sick. But the thing really holding the series back when it comes to ratings is I just don't remember what the action was like. I don't remember if the fighting was good or not, so I can't put it any higher than a 7 because I know I enjoyed it. My friends enjoyed it. We talked about it all the time at school, but that was like back in middle school, man. That was way too long ago.
That's me most of the time, bro. But
Mhm.
Blue Exorcist, how I remember it, I know the plot is like, hold on, there was these two brothers and their uncle.
Yep.
I don't know if their uncle's still alive though.
I think at this point he is. I don't know if he dies later on.
I kind of forgot because we already know that his father, like the main character,
Mhm.
is
Oh wait, no,
Lucifer.
I think he is dead. Yeah.
Is
Mhm.
Lucifer, I think. So he's trying to hunt for his dad, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's like any like shonen typical MC, like their dad going, stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I know that for a fact. I remember from that, and then he
Mhm.
meets all these other characters and stuff. So, and he enters
Yeah.
the school, and his main objective is finding his father. That if it's like his fate decides to be being a human or a demon.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
and and the brothers have two, I guess, ideals because I think the brother with the glasses wants to kill all the demons, but he's
Mhm.
kind of conflicted because his brother
Is a
or the one that he
demon.
grew up,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Mhm.
he's like, so
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe that's the plot of the story. I'm pretty sure that
Yeah.
is the plot of the story. But
No, no, I think you're pretty much on the mark because that actually reminded me. I think the premise is really cool. How uh, it's like a demon, a half demon that was
yeah,
raised as an exorcist. So he's like a demon
yeah.
fighting other demons. Pretty cool. So I like that. Bochi the Rock, I gave this a 9. And it's funny
Um,
because going into this, I wouldn't have rated it as high in the beginning. I probably would have given it like 6, 7 maybe in the beginning. It took like maybe 2, 3 episodes for me to finally be like, okay, they're getting somewhere. But then once this certain episode hit, then it's like, okay, now I see why everybody loves this. Because I didn't watch this when it aired. Everybody had already seen it. A bunch of people had recommended it, but I just didn't watch it. I didn't watch it
mhm.
until like maybe a couple months after it had come out. And once I did, I throughout the series began to realize why everybody loved it. I gave it a 9. Actually good music, actually talented, like it's one of those anime I'm pretty sure where the characters that are in the band are the ones that are actually performing the songs and stuff too. So,
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. So when
oh,
you
I
hear it,
gotta
it's like
see
the
it.
real deal. Yeah.
I gotta watch that then because
Mhm.
I like stuff like that.
Yeah. And then the main character, I know some people love her to death. Some people think that she's a bit much because she's like the anxious, antisocial type, but she's like a prodigy when it comes to the guitar. Like she's actually kind of like a popular YouTuber, but she like does all of her music from her closet. And once she actually
Oh,
goes out and gets into a band and has to interact with other people, then she's like super anxious and stuff, and she has to like get over that so that she can show the world how good she actually is. It's a pretty cool story.
yeah, that sounds dope.
Mm-hmm. Next,
Mm.
Rashad, we got another 6. We got another 6 for you, and that is Boruto Naruto the movie. I'm a firm believer. We don't, you know what? We don't talk about this one. This doesn't exist. I don't know why I added it because
No.
I think Naruto should have ended after Shippuden. That's the end of Naruto. We don't talk about what comes next. And now I think I gave this a 6, but if you scroll down, because I did watch the actual Boruto series,
Oh my goodness
but I
gracious.
dropped it. Gave it a 4
Uh,
Mm.
because everybody says that Boruto is actually really good where it's at right now. But for me, man, I watched 25 episodes into that series and it did not hit, bro. I am not watching more than that. If it takes 25 plus episodes for you to get good, it's not worth watching. I'm not going to recommend. I don't care how good it is right now. No sane person is going to want to go through 50, 70, 100 episodes just for it to get good. So I don't recommend it. Boruto is whack. Giving that a 6. The movie's okay. The actual series is bad.
I noticed something,
It-
Cloudy.
Mhm.
A lot of your 6s, bro, are safe 6s. You know what I'm saying? Because
I
this
mean,
is generally everyone's opinion on Boruto a 6. I haven't seen
yeah.
anything out of the ordinary just yet, but you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
that's fine. Like I said, a lot of the anime that I don't like, I don't finish. And if I don't finish them, then it doesn't really feel right to kind of give them a score. So there are more 5s and 4s and 3s and 6s out there. They're just probably not in this list or they don't have ratings.
Mhm.
But next we have Brave 10. This one's pretty cool, but I've watched it a while ago, so I don't remember a whole lot about it. I'm not gonna lie. All I know is I think each of these guys specialize in different weapons. So like there's a character with a fan, one with a sword, one with like a great sword, one with a crossbow. Like
Mm.
they all have cool abilities. It's cool if you're into this kind of like traditional Japanese or Chinese, I don't remember, the martial arts samurai sort of thing. I liked it.
All right.
Buddy Daddies, another masterpiece, and I will stand by it. Everyone should check out Buddy Daddies. It's so cool if you're into like wholesome comedies. Have either of you seen this?
No.
Mhm.
Okay. So Buddy Daddies, real quick synopsis, and I'll try to go through these quicker because I realized we're only in the B's. But Buddy Daddies, a quick synopsis is it's about two assassins, two professional, highly trained assassins that one day they get sent on a mission where they have to kill this important guy. And don't worry, these aren't spoilers. This is all episode 1. They have to go and kill this important guy. Very, very bad guy. They kill him, they get rid of him, but then on their way out, they stumble into this little girl. And they find out that the little girl had wandered there all on her own looking for her dad. And her dad was the big shot that we just killed. So they couldn't just go and tell her that they just killed their father. So she was looking around asking for where her dad was. And I think based off of a description that her mom gave her, because spoiler alert, her mom's trash. She sent her there on her own without any supervision or anything, just like taking the bus, wandering to get there. And from the description, she thought that the guy with the blonde hair was her dad. So now you have these two professionally trained assassins doing this dangerous job that have to take in this little girl and take care of her until they can figure out where to take her, because their mom she's terrible, their dad's terrible, and he's dead. So you have these like bunch of funny moments where she ends up getting wrapped up in these like dangerous assassin missions, and she ends up just like throwing a wrench and everything. Like there's one episode where they tell her to sit in the car, and then they go and try to infiltrate into this like maximum security area or this like building, like an apartment or something. And then as they're trying to break in and sneak in, you hear a ring at the doorbell. This big beefy guard comes up and opens the door, and it's this little girl saying, "I gotta go pee, can I come in?" And he doesn't question anything. He's just like, "Yeah, the bathroom's right over here, come on in." So you have these assassins that are like trained covert ops, can't break into this house, or they have to do a lot to break into this house. She just rings the doorbell, goes, take a pee, chatting it up with the guards. Meanwhile, the other guards are getting killed off. So many funny moments, man. Buddy Daddies is a masterpiece. I love it, dude. Call of the Night, 9 out of 10. I really liked it. Like, just to be real brief, one of the coolest anime I've ever seen, bro. The scenic shots, because most of the episodes take place at night. The scenic shots that they give you of like the city at night with the stars and stuff, and
So
like
fire.
yeah, so fire, bro. And the girl is like, I think she's a vampire, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so she can like fly and stuff, so you get like an aerial view of it. It's such a dope anime, man. Music is fire too. Cash Earned Since, gave that a 7. Honestly, just ignore this one. Like I watched it way back when I was a kid. I don't remember.
Thanks, bro.
remember
I just know it was dark. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Chainsaw Man. This might be a controversial take. Maybe not to you guys, but to most people, I gave this a 7. I think the first season of Chainsaw Man, it had its cool moments, but it didn't give me what I was expecting. I didn't see where the hype was for this series, because everybody was saying Chainsaw Man is going to be the next big thing. Look out, JJK, look out, all these other ones. But this first season of Chainsaw Man, like, it has some cool moments. It has some really cool characters, I'll give it that. But I don't know, man. It just, the fights, some of them were good, but there weren't really any moments in this series that really blew my mind and wowed me, except for maybe that one Makima moment towards the end. But and then, you know, what happened to the girl with the eye patch and stuff. Like, there was some, but I wanted more from this anime, basically. From all the hype that it had, I wanted more. It's not bad, but I think the main reason why people love this series has to be from stuff that comes later on, because I did not see it in this first season.
And it's crazy because we were gonna get more towards the end because we got introduced new characters. We got introduced the Gun Devil
Yep.
and all that
The
stuff.
Angel
And
Devil, yep.
yeah, and like there are people they're hunting for the same guy, but like not with the same like what Makima and her agency, and
Mm-hmm.
she got a different thing going on, like a different objective, while
Yep.
everyone else is putting their lives on the line. So it's just kind of like we was going to get more, but how season 1 ended, it didn't give us that.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's why. I mean, that's why I was like, I agree, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree with the rating. Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Okay. Rashad, did you see Chainsaw Man?
Yeah. I would rate it slightly higher,
Mm-hmm.
just because, as you were saying, towards the end, like it got really, really good.
It did.
Like I'm talking, like even if you want to compare it to Jujutsu Kaisen, it was like on that type of level. Towards
You
the
know what?
end.
I can respect that. I think
Yeah.
my biggest problem might be that it took so long to kind of get there. I feel like we didn't really get to those big moments until like what, episode 7,
Mm-hmm.
episode 8. So it's like kind of towards the tail end. So I'll give you that. Maybe I should
Yeah.
put it a bit higher. I'm not going to, but
No, this is fine. The
I can
7 is.
see-
I mean,
yeah.
if you would have put lower than that, then I would look at you crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
7 is
Okay.
fine.
Next, we have Charlotte. A really cool anime about these kids that have superpowers, but you only have it during a brief period in your life. So, like, only from a specific age range. I forget what the range is, but everybody has a different power. One person can, shoot fire. There's a bunch of different powers, but the main character is really cool because he can transfer his mind into your body and like temporarily take over your body. And the ending, bro. Oh my god. Like the series, throughout the entire series, it's so cool because you're meeting cool characters with cool powers, and you have like the main team here that are trying to like, because some of these kids can't control their powers, so they have to come in and kind of clean up. But the ending, bro, so sick. One of the most fire MCs. One of the most like bold MCs. Like by the end of this, you're gonna respect the heck out of the MC because holy crap, does his like story run deep, bro? And you don't find out until like almost the very end just how important he is. And then this is
Oh
just the
wow.
OVA.
Oh, you got
Chrome
a
Shell
special episode?
Reveals. Yep.
Oh, I did not see
I
that.
forget what it's about, but it was pretty cool. I
Oh,
messed
okay.
with it. Chrome Shelled Regios. I don't remember much about this anime. Again, this is one of the earlier anime I watched back when all I had was Netflix anime, so I don't remember a lot.
It's
Last-
like,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, my fault. No, go ahead. My
No, I
bad.
should have said thoughts. I forgot.
No, I was just
Mhm.
gonna say it because it's like they're like in this facility blocking off from like the entire world because I guess the entire world is infested with like these bug monsters or
Yep,
whatever,
I
and
remember
everyone got
that.
like different equipments or different power. Well, like there's a power system, of course, to
Hmm.
defend off
Hmm.
these monsters, but they also figured out that they're not the only one that exists
Oh
out there.
yeah,
There's like
you're right.
another,
There's like
yeah,
another dome.
yeah,
Yeah.
like there's another dome and stuff. And
Hmm.
I mean, I will say towards the end of it, if I remember correctly, it did get a little, I wouldn't say boring, but I guess like rushed.
Hmm.
So it kind of like, yeah, it has some flaws. So actually, it has like many flaws as a series, but I mean,
Hmm.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's one of those series I watched like a while ago. This is
Hmm.
what I watched this shit on demand, so it's kind of like,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
I thought it was cool.
Lord.
But I agree with the rating.
Yeah. One thing I will say is that the MC has one of the coolest names in anime out there, bro. Leifon Alsif.
Oh,
That is
yeah,
a
oh, that's
badass
just
name,
tough.
bro. Leifon Alsif, dude.
Yeah.
All right, next we got Classroom of the Elite. This is an absolute banger. I don't care what anyone
Mhm.
says. One of the greatest MCs like in anime. Period. He's one of the coolest MCs out there. And story is really cool. I mess with it. Next.
Wait, have you seen
Oh,
season 3?
Uh, I think so. I don't know if I finished it or not. No, I think I did. I th- I don't know. No, I didn't finish it. I didn't. I think I got halfway. I'm
Okay.
still watching through it. But next, Cowboy Bebop, 10 out of 10, absolute banger. Like probably one of my favorite more old school anime out there, and this is my number 2 favorite of all time. I love Cowboy Bebop. I love the story. I love how deep it is, and I love how it can transition from like goofy moments with the characters trying to like hunt down these bounties, but somehow they just never get the payment. So they're always broke. They never get the payment for whatever reason. They bust a drug lord, they bring him to the police, and then they're supposed to receive this huge bounty for it, but they had to pay off the damages that it took to try to get him. So you have that side of it, and then you also have the deeper side of it with like Spike's past and all this stuff. Like it's so good. Really cool characters. Probably like one of the coolest anime out there. And Darker Than Black, I really like Darker Than Black. Very interesting power system that the characters have. Um, and it's like a surprisingly, it's like a dark sort of super. It's an anime with characters that have superpowers that leans pretty far onto the dark side, which not a lot of anime do. So I like that. Darling in the Franxx, I gave this a 6. I explained this in one of the past podcasts, man.
It should be ranked lower than that.
It really should, though. But it really should. But this is me and Rashad actually talked about this on Discord, and this is one of the best examples of like, even though I think the ending is terrible, one of the worst endings I've ever watched, I had to give it credit for how good the beginning was. That's why it's a 6. That's the only reason it's a 6, is because the first half of the series is actually really good. But I'd put it like 8-9 level good. But the ending was so bad that I had to knock it down.
Dang.
Darwin's Game, I gave that a 5. I know there's people out there that like this series. I watched through it, reacted to it. There's some cool moments, but it's just I need to see like season 2, because this isn't the end of the series, and the main character gets like a big glow up towards the end, but you don't get to see too much of it. So maybe after season 2, I'd rate season 2 higher, but season 1 it was okay for what it was.
Dang, 5.
Deadman Wonder. Yeah, I know, man. We're really getting down into the depths. Deadman Wonderland, that's a 9. But if you look at my manga list, I gave it a 10. This is probably one of the greatest tragedies for me in anime. The fact that we never got a season 2 because the studio went bankrupt and it's so old that no one else is going to pick it up. This is absolutely tragic. With like probably no, I'd say Shiro is my favorite female character of all time. This girl with the white and red. Yeah. She's my favorite of all time, bro. Her lore and her power is so sick, and the way that it plays into the story, the anime really does not scratch at all, like even the surface of how cool Shiro is as a character. Like, oh man, what a missed opportunity. Death Note, I gave it an 8. I think Death Note's cool. Maybe it's just like not for me. I know there's a lot of people out there that say it's one of the best anime. They'd put it in like their top 5. For me, I think Death Note's cool. It's just not really for me. I really like L. I think Light makes the story really interesting. But and then what's the other one? What's his name? Nero?
Nier.
Yeah, Nier is cool too. But yeah, I gave it an 8. Nothing too crazy.
Wait. Dang, bro. So you like Classroom of the Elite more than Death Note?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, because my thing is, because I'm pretty sure the main reason why you like Classroom of the Elite is because the main character is like a Shikamaru type, super smart. You know what I'm saying? Always thinks ahead of everybody. So for you to give that Death Note low like that, that's literally the same type of anime. I'm surprised.
Yeah, but Classroom of the Elite also has more than that. Like he's a really cool character, but also like everybody in that school. Well, there's a number of people in that school that are exceptional in different areas. So
Mhm.
although he's like the star, there are also a lot of other really cool characters around him that either emphasize how cool he is or they all like shine in their own way. So I love the premise behind it. The fact that it's a school dedicated to like, kind of the best of the best, cream of the crop students. And I remember watching through season 1 kind of fantasizing like, dang, what would I do if I was in this school? Like, dang, how would I get around this situation? It's just really cool. But yeah, I think Death Note's cool. I think it's good. I see why people like it. It just wasn't too crazy for me. Again, an 8 is still like very good, I think. But yeah, I'm not gonna give it a 10 or anything crazy like that. Like I'm sure a lot of people would do. Death Parade I really liked. I gave that a 9. Another one of the like super cool anime out there, super groovy. I love how every single episode is a different like event that happens at the bar, which I think is really cool. But yeah, you just gotta watch it to see what it's about. It's a really fun watch. Next,
Mhm.
another recent
I'm
masterpiece,
interested in this. I'm interested.
Delicious in Dungeon, bro. I have never seen a like comedy anime hit so many marks so flawlessly, bro. The comedy is
Oh.
great. The art is great. The food that they make is great. The like creatures and
Okay.
monsters are great.
You're
Like
really
the
gonna say that.
action is great. It's just the characters and the depth. There's gut wrenching moments. There's heartwarming moments. It literally has everything, bro. So if you're looking for just like a bag of surprises, Delicious in Dungeon will deliver that to you.
I'm
And
currently
all the
watching
characters.
that, John.
Hmm.
My fault. My fault.
I was
Let's
just
just
gonna say, and all of the characters I think are like lovable in their own way. But what were your thoughts?
No, I was just saying I'm currently watching it.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't see it as a 10 yet,
Hmm.
honestly.
Oh, trust me, you're
But
not, bro.
but but
Like what?
I don't see it as a bad like anime. It's not like I'll give it a 6 or like a 5. Wouldn't give it that, but 10 is kind of crazy. But at
Hmm.
the same time, I can see where I listen, I agree with the comedy.
Hmm. Well,
Gun
first,
wrenching
hold on.
moments.
Before
What?
you continue, oh no. Okay,
Go
how
ahead.
far are you into it, real quick?
I'm like, wait, there's like 24 episodes, right?
Yes.
I'm Dang, is this gonna be a spoiler if I
You could just. Do you
they
remember the number episode?
no, but I wanted to say a character got introduced
Mm-hmm.
like she has a curse, right? And she's like a wolf and she's trying to get out of that.
Oh, okay, okay,
That's where I'm at.
okay.
They just met
Well,
her.
wolf or cat?
Is it a wolf or a cat? It's black and white. I
Okay,
guess a cat.
was she a part of a team and then she
Yeah,
joined
like
the
a
main
different
cast?
team
Okay,
because
okay.
they got done facing the main
Yeah,
character's sister.
yeah, bro. Okay, okay. I will
That's where I'm at.
die on this hill. This is a 10 out of 10, bro.
Hey,
Holy crap!
hey, that's
Like,
that's always masterpiece, bro. I gotta see it because there was
mm-hmm,
times where it was gut wrenching moments,
mm-hmm.
and I guess it's kind of different because it switches back to comedy because you got this dwarf that's just like obsessed with
Oh yeah,
making the monster food.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And he'll throw a temper tantrum. I'm just like, yo, if he just don't calm down. Well, I ain't gonna lie, he was getting me tight. He was getting me tight a little bit. But at the same
He's
time,
passionate about his food, man.
yeah, I will say, but at the same time, I have to see because each character is different. Because you also
Hmm.
got about the elf girl. You know how she wants to be helpful during the team because that one episode. I'm not gonna go into like episodes by episodes, but
Yep, the
um,
flashback one.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and going back to the dwarf, you know, he remember he had those giants in a room,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they explained that part. So I kind of like, I don't want to say sympathize, but like I kind of feel I have a soft spot, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So I'm saying like, you know what, you were pissing me off before, but now you're cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like I get
Yeah.
why you do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like, bro, the moments, and plus, I like it doesn't focus on the main group
Yes,
because there's different
exactly.
groups. I'm seeing here like,
Yes.
yo, like what?
Mm-hmm.
Like you got these goofy ass characters, but you got these other groups. It's just like, yo, they're
Mhm.
here for a different reason. I'm saying like, yo, that's cool, and
Yeah,
they
and
see
then
their
when they
own
all
friends.
meet, bro, oh
Yeah,
my
I'm saying
god.
like, yo, this shit fire. I will say, yeah, thinking about it now,
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. It does have some fire moments,
Yes, sir.
but it has to. I gotta still see why it's a 10
Once we
because
get
I'll
to the
play.
end, we can come back to this because, bro, I'd
Uh,
love to talk with
yeah,
you about this series.
right now it's a 7, at
Okay.
least. It's a
Okay.
7 for me. So yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Next, now we're getting into another streak. We got Demon Slayer.
Yo, territory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rashad, this your man's.
No, listen, man. I'm
Okay,
Hey,
loving what
man.
you
so
got here.
so we have Mugen Train. I gave that a 9. Um, it was tough. It was tough. I was leaning on 10, but I was like, let me hold my horses because
Mhm.
there's another series down here that kind of fits similar. They're both made by UFO Table, both amazing animation. Like they fit a similar sort of box and they killed it. And I can't put this on that level, so I had to give it a 9, but it is very close. Season 1, I gave it an 8. Um, I think the reason why is because the ending was fire, the middle was fire, and the very beginning was fire, but it took a little bit to get there. Like there's 26 episodes, and there were some episodes that were, a little bit slower. It'd be slow for a little while, but the ending, they really picked it up. They really killed it, knocked it out of the park. And plus, I also had to compare it to the other seasons. And it's like, is season 1 really comparable to season 2? I don't think so. I
Mhm.
think season 2 killed it, bro. So sick. The entertainment part, the entertainment arc, like part in the beginning when they were in the district, that was funny. And then when you get to the action to the end, Tengen is insane. He gave a phenomenal performance. I
Mhm.
had to give this a 10. And then after that, uh, this is the Mugen Train arc. I gave it the same as the movie because it's basically the same with like one extra, like never before seen episode. Um, Swordsmith Village, I gave it a 9. I really liked it. Muichiro's dope. Mitsuri's dope. Uh, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't a huge fan of the guy that could like turn anything he touches into fish or something like
Mhm.
that. I think he was probably the most underwhelming Upper Moon so far. Not only because he got bodied, but also because his powers kind of whack. Um, Hantengu. Hantengu had me heated, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It is so frustrating getting so close to killing this man, and then he just weasels out every single time, man. That was so frustrating. But I still gave it a 9 because it was good and the ending was really sick. Hashira training arc, gave that a 9. Also really good, but again, it was just kind of training. There were some cool moments, but it was really just training all the way up until the very end. But I think the very end was cool enough to pick it up to a 9. Without the ending with with Muzan and stuff, I'm not gonna lie, this probably would have been like a 7 for me. Because it was still dope, but it wasn't crazy. Desert Punk.
Wait! Before you go over Demon
Oh,
Slayer, I
sorry,
definitely gotta
thoughts.
say this.
Mhm.
This is where I get y'all to argue. Okay, so
Let's see.
Argue.
I see that you have Demon Slayer 9s, 10s, 1 8. Okay,
hmm
let me ask you this, Cloudy, because there was
hmm
another series on here that you had 9s, 10s. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And that was a show called Attack on Titan.
Yes, sir.
Oh my
So
god.
I want to bring up
This
the
is
question:
oh my
which one do
god.
you think is better, Cloudy? Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan? And please
Uh,
don't give a middle
uh,
answer. Just give me your straightforward answer.
Straightforward answer.
Mm-hmm.
Which anime is better?
Or do you like better? Let's just say, do you like better?
Do I like better?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the same, I guess.
I'd say Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, I'd say I like better just because it fits my tastes more. I really mess with the whole sword fighting, samurai, superpowers, but not superpowers at the same time. Really cool. I love characters with cool and interesting abilities that aren't just as simple as he shoots fire, he has water. I really like that. And especially with the upper moons and just the demons in general, a lot of them have that. So I'd put Demon Slayer solidly over Attack on Titan.
All right, Amir, thoughts?
Listen, man. If he likes, you said Demon Slayer over Attack on Titan, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even blame him because, like I said, bro, I'm not. I'm just gonna say this now. I'm not a demon. I may come off as a Demon Slayer hater, but I'm not, honestly, bro. I actually think it's like a really cool anime, bro. Because I was one of the people that actually still to this day is looking forward to the movies and stuff. So,
Okay.
in my favor, that is kind of hard because
it is tough.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it is kind of hard because like for Attack on Titan, and I know I talked about it before, it's more grounded. And I like stuff like that. So I would say Attack on Titan over Demon Slayer. Honestly, that's just me being honest.
Yep.
But I guess you could say, as a fair argument, you can say Demon Slayer is grounded with its characters, but it's not like that. And when I say grounded, I'm talking about like when it gets to a political sense, or when you get to further seasons of Attack on Titans, they figured out like they ain't the only ones that's out there. How their swords work, their gear works. How the strategies, how they're gonna beat the Titans. And you just can see how it's just like deeps more into the human psyche, I guess.
Yep.
And that's why I like about Attack on Titan. That's why I said Attack on Titan over Demon Slayer. And it's kind of hard. My fault. Go ahead.
Just real quick, I actually really respect that because I am glad. Thank God Rashad said your favorite. Because if he would have said which one do you think is objectively better, I don't think I could pick in this stream. I need to sit down and chew on it. Because both of them are good at different things, but for my personal taste and what I enjoy in anime, I think Demon Slayer hits more of those marks. But for the story Attack on Titan's trying to tell, it gives it a very, very tough run for its money when it comes to how good their stories are.
But
Rashad,
I don't know.
what's your choice?
Oh, I mean, this is obvious. Demon Slayer all day, every day. Attack on Titan, not even close. But I just wanted to bring this up because we're gonna swing back at this. You know what I'm saying? This question again once we get a little further on your list. So please continue.
Okay. Next we have Desert Punk. Gave it a 6. It's a cool comedy, but I mean, I don't have much to say on it. Thoughts?
Yeah, same. I seen it when I was a kid, bro. I know that joint had fan service, bro. I didn't even finish watching it.
Yeah,
it was on Adult Swim, I think.
Me neither. I'm not gonna lie. Well, no, I did finish watching it, but I wasn't like watching it. It's one of those anime you turn on while you're doing something else, kind of turn your brain off. So
yeah, that exactly. That's why I was just like, I don't know.
Yep, I gave that a 6. Next, Dororo. I gave
Chill
Dororo
out, Cloudy. Chill out.
I gave it a 10.
Chill out, Cloudy.
And you know what? I will be honest, thinking, because it has been a little while since I've seen it. If I did rewatch it, I don't know if I'd give it a 10, because I don't know if I'd put it on the same level as Delicious in Dungeon or Demon Slayer. I rated this, this is the rating after I first watched it, but if I were to look back on it, I might think differently. I really liked it though. It's not, if I do drop it, it's not dropping far. It's definitely in that 8-9 range guaranteed, but I'd have to rewatch it and see why I felt like it was a 10 at that time.
Wait, so because I'm confused at how you're grading this, because I'm thinking you're grading these anime just based off of what it is, not comparing it to other anime. Am I mistaken?
No, it is based off of what it is. But I'm
Okay.
saying right now, if I look at it, like my reasonings for giving this a 10,
Mm-hmm.
do I have these same reasonings for Dororo?
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
thinking back on it, I don't know if I do. So this very well could be lower, but it's not going to be much lower. I still really enjoyed it. Thoughts?
Did you see it, Amir? Uh, bro, that's it. Okay, okay. I guess I'll give my thoughts. Doro,
What?
that is
Yes.
extremely high, bro. Come on, bro. Like,
For real?
Really?
I mean, I like Doro. No,
Extremely
no, no. I ain't gonna lie. I like
No,
Doro,
you
bro.
can't say that's
No,
extremely
no.
high and then
Okay,
say
okay.
you like it.
No, because I'm thinking in my head, because when you're rating 10, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's, rating system is gonna be different. Because I'm
Mhm.
thinking 10, like you're saying masterpiece, like greatest of our time type of anime, and I'm just like,
Dang.
yeah, would you consider
Well,
Doro one of the greatest of our time? I don't know about all
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's like I said, I could see myself lowering it a bit, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's extremely high. Like it'd still be a top anime of whatever time period it came out in. I don't remember. Somewhere in the 2020s. Like I think it was like 2020. But yeah, I gave it a 10. I don't know if I still feel like it's a 10, I'm gonna be honest, but it's still up there. I think it's still really good. It tells a really cool story, really cool main characters. One of them becomes a lot cooler later on into the series. One of them is just cool straight off from the jump. And another thing that I really like about it that might be a different way that we're seeing this is I really like the sort of yokai, like Japanese mythological side of it with the monsters. How many of the monsters were based off of actual Japanese yokai, and seeing them bring it into this series was actually really cool.
Oh.
But
Fire.
next, Dr. Stone, I gave that a 9, and it's kind of tragic because even though I gave it a 9, even though I really liked the first season, I just never got around to watching season 2 and beyond that. Thoughts?
Oh, wait, what?
I'm like
Huh?
it's not that I don't like I'm not interested in watching them. I just it's in one of those like plan to watch. It's in my plan to watch list. But there's a lot of anime in
Okay.
there that I'm probably never gonna get to.
But I mean, come on, bro. Like, if you're gonna give it a 9, bro, you know what I'm saying? You don't think you would
Well,
continue it? Like, what?
the thing is, like I said, it's not that I'm not continuing it because I'm not interested. It's just there's other anime and other things that I'm into right now. And Dr. Stone is kind of one of those anime where it's like, if I have nothing else to do, this is probably going to be one of the first ones I dive into. But since I always kind of have anime to check out, I just haven't really followed up on it.
No, but I mean, cause you watch seasonal anime, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but mhm. I remember this specific season when season 2 aired. I think that was what was it called, the New Stone Age or whatever. There
mhm.
were other anime that aired on that same day, so I kind of had to pick and choose. So that's the reason I didn't continue it. If I didn't have competition and I was able to check it out when it aired, then it'd probably be up here. But yeah.
Okay.
Next, Dragon Ball. I gave it an 8. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's cool for what it was, but I don't see the hype that people give it when they say it's like 10 out of 10. Greatest point in Dragon Ball series. I don't know. I didn't mess with it that heavy. I thought it was cool. Same with Dragon Ball GT. Um, I actually think Dragon Ball GT is a little bit better just because it had, like, not story wise, it was better, but it had really cool, interesting characters that they brought in during GT. And just to hear that none of it's canon and, like, some of the villains, it leaves it at an 8. It's cool. I enjoyed it,
Mhm.
Hey
but
man,
not nearly as much.
that joint was lit to me, bro.
Hey, I respect that.
It
I
was lit
respect
to
that.
me. Yeah, it
I
lit to
respect
me.
that.
Hey, that's right.
They got you, huh?
Next, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Z Kai. These are basically the same, right? Just like slight differences.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I love Dragon Ball Z. So dope, man. This was my childhood indeed, and it would not sit right with me to give it anything less than a 10. It had me in a stranglehold while I was watching. Everybody wanted to be a Saiyan when they were a kid. Like, come on, come
Yeah,
on.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Next we have the movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F. Honestly, like I don't remember a whole lot. Like I said, I think Dragon Ball Z should have ended after Resurrection of F because and that's kind of when my interest in the series kind of started to like teeter off. Not because this was bad, but more so because it's like, okay, I think we've gone far enough. But apparently not. Apparently they kept going into Super. So yeah, you guys have fun with that. But I can't really rate these because like I don't remember too much.
Mm-hmm.
I remember things
Dang.
that happened, but I don't remember like the actual stories that these told.
Bro, a 9?
This is the first season.
Yeah,
First
I know.
season of Fairy Tale.
Uh-oh.
I'm giving it a 9. This, like I said, I think I said this before. This anime was the first anime to get me on the Crunchyroll because I watched everything that was on Netflix and I was fiending for more. So that got me into Crunchyroll for the first time. That got me into sub anime for the first time because once I
Huh?
caught up with the dub, I needed more from the sub. And that got me into manga for the first time because once I
Okay.
finished the anime, then I was fiending for more. And then I
Okay.
started reading the manga. So I loved Attack on Titan. I gave that a 9. The final season, though, because of the ending, I gave it a 7. Because it's about that same energy. I'd say it was about like an 8 or 9 range, but that ending drops it down to a 7. Still got to give it credit for the earlier one, though. And then I guess series 2, I guess this is season 2. It looks like this is after the time skip.
That's when they because they split the tournaments in 2 parts.
Okay.
So yeah, that's for
Mhm.
sure.
Yep. So I gave this an 8. But now, well, thoughts.
Fairy Tale, man. I know, Rashad. I know you're currently watching it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. Can I rank it as a whole? Because it's
Well,
kind of like
if I were to rank it as a whole, I'd probably as a whole give it like I don't really do 0.5s, but this would be a rare exception of like a 7.5 for me
okay,
as a
okay.
whole. First
All right.
season was fire. Second season was cool. Last season was well, the last season was good. Ending flopped.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so the first season, right? I know you
Mhm.
gave it a 9, but I would give it a 7.
Really?
Now, the second season for series 2,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I would give it an 8.
Okay.
So I agree with that because
So,
it
so for
actually
you, it got better with time.
it got better. Yes.
Mhm.
Because okay, for season 1, to be fair, it did has some good amount of arcs.
Yep, it had the what's it the Loxus games, the Fantasia parade, that whole part. That was sick.
But I was gonna say before that, I'm trying to remember their name. They literally had them. Yo, it had what's the girl's name with the blue hair? It's not Gray's love
Julia?
interest. No, no,
Oh
no, no,
no.
no.
Wendy?
Oh man, bro, what's her name, bro? I kind of forgot.
Oh, is it Levy?
Gajil. Yeah, Gajil's
Gajia?
no,
Yeah,
Gajil's love
Levy.
interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her and her gang, right?
Hmm.
And they got him pulled up as sending a message to Fairy Tale. I
Oh, I
forgot the name of that
remember
arc.
it.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
yeah. So like that John, I would say that was like one of my favorites. But
Hmm.
I mean, like as a whole, bro, good delivery.
Mhm.
It was different.
Yeah.
But I would give it a 7. But season 2 for sure, it definitely got better because the tournament, the
Yeah.
things got hectic afterwards
They
because they
did.
didn't take a break. Mind you, everyone's tired.
Hmm.
So off of the bat, I was like, "Yo, this joint is crazy."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
But
think for
also,
me, well,
go ahead.
continue. I'll let you finish first.
Oh no, so my fault. My computer's acting weird.
Hmm.
But like for season 2, I wouldn't say it got a little darker because I do like my animes when it does get dark. It stays the
Yeah.
same, but
Hmm.
it goes to like to a different turn, not in a bad way, but in a good way.
Hmm.
But it got more interesting because
Yeah.
like there's more to it. It's more to Natsu
Hmm.
and Gray.
Yeah, and you learn about the book.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
And-
Just
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm saying, like
Hold
yo,
on,
I'm saying
hold
like
on. He's
whoa.
got it cooking.
Hold on. I was like, wait, I didn't know it could get serious because the first season did not deliver that as much as season 2 did. So
Yeah,
when we
well,
got
you
to
gotta
season,
remember though, one real quick thing.
go ahead.
Urza's backstory was in season 1 with the
Yeah,
prison island. That was
that
dope.
was one.
That was one. Okay.
That was one. Yeah,
It's just when I think about it, like, bro,
Yeah.
there were 175 episodes in season 1,
yeah.
and
That's
there
true.
were so many arcs that I enjoyed that a good
Mm.
number of them had to be in season 1. So I can't put it too low, but I definitely agree with like everybody after the time skip, everybody getting
Mm.
older, more mature, things get darker.
Yeah.
I mess with that heavy.
Yeah, and like you said, the final season it flopped, but it was hype. I will give it a.
Bro.
It was hype when the main boss pulled up with his group.
Yes,
So I was saying
dude.
like, yo, I was like,
Yes.
they are not because man, I can't even get into it because
You
like
can't.
one of them had an interesting ability and it was like this. So I'm saying like, yo,
Wait, are
there's
you?
no way they're not gonna get here on time.
Yeah.
But they pulled that cliche moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying like, dang, like that's why I said I can't like for Fairy Tail. It
It's
has me, but
tough,
it loses
man.
me.
One of these days, bro.
Yeah,
I
yo.
don't think it's ever gonna happen, but one of these days, if Rashad watches further into it,
Yo,
we have to have like a sit down breakdown
bro,
of
yeah.
Fairy Tail.
Because I will say I love the villains, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I like the villains of Fairy Tail. Most of them, their abilities are so interesting. But the author or whoever works with the anime industry, bro, just be like, you know what? That's just it's like it'll lose you. And it's just like, bro, like why, bro? It could have been this, but you just want to make it goofy as possible. Like it doesn't, it really doesn't need to, you know what I mean, bro? But hey, go ahead, my fault.
No, you're right, because Fairy Tail does have some really cool moments and really interesting moments, but it's got that comedy element as well. So there are times throughout the series where you want things to be serious, but they take like a bit of a goofy turn. So I can see that for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be too goofy, but it's just like, dude, like they switched the soundtrack when the characters pull up. So I'm saying like, dang, like they're gonna drag this on for like another 5 episodes until like you know what I mean. Like if they shorten it, I wouldn't be mad. But go ahead.
Yeah. Now next, have you guys dipped into the Fate series?
I double dabble.
How far?
I will say I saw Fate Stay Night. What is it called? Correct me if I'm wrong. Babylonia.
Okay.
And then I seen Zero.
Okay.
And then I seen one of the movies.
Okay.
I think it's Unlimited. No, it's not Unlimited Blade Works. It's when
the Heaven's Feels movies.
Yeah, that one. But there's like 3. I only saw 1. Actually, no, I saw the second one. I didn't see 1 or 3. So yeah,
it's peak.
Yeah, it is.
Peak.
Yeah,
all I'm gonna say, from here all the way down to here.
Wait, I see 1. I don't see 1 on there. Apocrypha, I think.
Yeah, I haven't seen Apocrypha yet.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I'm saving that for after I finish Grand Order.
Go ahead.
Yep. But all of these peak, bro. Peak. The only one that's not rated like an 8 or a 9 or higher is this one, and that's mainly because it's one episode. It's like the introductory episode for Fate Grand Order. It's like a lot of info dump, and it kind of tells you the situation that you're going to be delving into once you actually get into the series. This is just like the prologue. So I gave that like a 7. It had a cool moment, but it was very brief. But bro, all of this is peak, but these movies are peak. Like actually, like the pinnacle of what anime is capable of. These 3 movies, it's insane how good they are, bro. So Fate, Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. This is the series I was referencing to when I was talking about Demon Slayer, and I said I would give this a 10, but then like when I look at this series and my enjoyment of this series and how they both kind of fit some similar boxes, this one just knocks it out of the park. So, next, Fire Force, I gave it an 8. I think it's really cool. Another anime that I just didn't get around to watching the other seasons of, but I did really like it. Thoughts?
Fire Force, I like.
Mm-hmm.
Same author that made Soul Eater, so.
Yes, sir.
But
Rashad?
there is like flaws for it. Go ahead.
No,
Thoughts?
I dropped Fire Force.
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't blame you though. Like I wouldn't blame you if you
Yeah.
dropped that shit. Like I'm
Mhm.
seeing, I only liked it because it's the same guy that made Soul Eater, and
Yeah.
how I figured out how it ended, I was just like, oh, I kind of appreciate it more. But
Yeah,
like,
yeah, true.
yeah, I don't know.
Food Wars, I gave Food Wars a 7. I think it was cool. I'm not gonna lie, way too many like horny parts in it.
Bro,
Like at first it was crazy. Later on, it's like, all right, we get it. It's good. We get it.
Yo, drop that joint so fast, bro. I see it
Yeah,
like, yo.
yeah. Like this is one series that I'm like not not looking forward, but I have no interest in watching more after this.
Yeah. Facts.
Free Run, I gave it a 10. This, you were talking about generational anime. This is a generational anime.
Is it really?
Man.
It really is. It's
I have to
an
watch it, bro.
experience. It's an experience. But see, now the problem is me saying this and you saying I gotta watch it. I don't want to do the same thing with this series that happened to you with one of the other series that I mentioned earlier, where you said someone hyped it up for you and then you went in and it didn't deliver.
Well,
So well, go ahead.
no, because I was gonna say, bro. I mean, no, I have to hype it up, bro, or you know what I'm saying,
Mm.
have high
Yeah.
expectations because you gave it a 10, bro.
Well, yeah,
Had to.
I did give it a 10.
And not only you, but
Because
I'm talking about Mal gave it like the #1 rating
yeah,
on Mal. So the
yeah,
expectations will be extremely high when I watch this. I'm letting you know that
Yeah,
right
those
now.
are crazy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we,
Okay,
there is no.
all I ask
Yeah,
is you don't go into this looking for flaws. If
no,
you
no.
notice flaws, that's fine, but like don't go into it expecting it to be perfect at every single thing. Because I know there are a number of people even in the comments when I was reacting to it saying like this anime just isn't for me, and I respect it, but if you look at the story it's trying to tell and what it's trying to do, it is like unlike, well, at least from I've seen, any other anime out there when it comes to what it's trying to do. Next, Up on Poppy Hill, Studio Ghibli movie, gave it an 8.
Hmm.
Good movie, I like it. Full Metal Panic, Mecha, one of the very few mecha on this list. I gave it a 7. I liked it.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. Enough said. Full Metal Alchemist, I gave it an 8. Now I know some people might think that's crazy because even if you look on my anime list, Full Metal Alchemist is one of the highest rated. Everybody says if you were to ask 100 people what their #1 anime is, a lot of people, well, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, that's a 9, so that's a little bit closer. This is the one that everyone's hyping up. My bad, my bad. The first one, the original Full Metal Alchemist, I gave it an 8. Because there were some things that they did differently that I didn't like. This was the original, and then they did Brotherhood and just kind of did it, but way better. So I gave Brotherhood actually a 9, not a 10 like everyone's saying. I don't even know if I'd have this in my top 5, maybe top 10. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but it's not to me as crazy as everyone says it is. It's still extremely good. Like phenomenal story, if anything. But
I would
I
say
gave it a
those two,
solid 9.
those
Solid 9.
two series, bro. I mean, the roles are reversed.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say because
Yeah.
yeah, I like Fullmetal.
Mm-hmm.
But
Gabriel Dropout, I gave it an 8. It's a really cool anime, comedy anime. If you're looking for just some, goofy stuff about angels and demons going to school together, it's funny. We got Gantz. Gave all the Gantzes an 8. It's weird as hell. This anime is weird as hell, bro. But
Yeah, for sure.
but I'm not gonna lie, it had me interested. So I gave it an 8. I liked it. Gate season 1 and 2, I gave that a 9.
Dang, a 9?
A 9. I really mess with this heavy, bro. This is like one of the first anime I reacted to, and it's crazy because this isn't the kind of anime I'd ever be interested in. But someone recommended it to me. I checked it out and I loved it, bro. It's about the the army, like the Japanese military army, kind of clashing worlds with, or kind of colliding with this fantasy world. And so you have this military guy going to a fantasy world, meeting like an elf girl, a warrior, a mage, and eventually there's like this big fight between like the military and like dragons and stuff. It's really cool. I really like it. I really like the characters, especially Rory Mercury. She's incredibly dope. The only problem is she fits that like what is it, like 1,000-year-old
Yeah.
like vampire dragon trope, which people don't mess with. I don't even focus on that stuff. She's just dope as a character.
Listen, it's interesting.
Whoa, it is interesting.
It's interesting. Gate is interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but I dropped that series twice.
I'm
gonna keep it a I dropped that joint twice. I try to push past it, bro. I'm trying. I'm at least trying, but like something about it, bro. Like it had me in the first half, but I just got bored.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know. Like I don't know what it
Yeah.
is, and there's a second season, so it gotta be good, right?
Yep. Next, Golden Time. I gave it an 8. We already talked about Golden Time. I don't think I really need to go too deep into this. For me, the reason I rated it so high and why I said it's one of my favorite romances out, or it is my favorite romance, but I don't think it's the best romance. That's something I do want to clear up. It's one of my favorite, or it is my favorite romance, but I think the best romance out there for me, does it really count as a romance? Violet Evergarden? I guess it does count as a romance, especially because the final movie like really touches heavy on that, and it's like a recurring theme throughout the series. It's just the two parties involved in the romance don't really interact much throughout the series, but throughout the entire series, she's always keeping him in mind and all the things he's done for her and stuff. Violet Evergarden's my favorite, or is the best, but Golden Time is my favorite because I think the story that it tells is really unique from a lot of other romances out there. Even the romance we're about to get into later, like this one is just like, bro, when that plot twist came up, I never would have expected that. The way it played into the story, how it shaped the story, I loved it. I gave it an 8. Dope. Thoughts?
I thought you would rate it higher.
No, I gave it an 8. I don't think it's a masterpiece.
I mean, but it was your favorite, one of your favorite romances, though.
Yeah, but like I just said, it's one of my favorites, but it's not the best. Like, I don't know if 8 is the rating or if it's something lower than that, but I do have one of my scores that say really good, but has a few flaws. And I think this would fit that. It's good, but it has a few flaws, so I can see why everybody might not mess with it. I can see why the thing with you, right, is I can see why most people don't mess with it, but your reasoning for not messing with it being mainly because of the ending and who he chose in the end.
Not just that. It's not just that. But
no, your main reason though. That was the main reason, at least from what I remember, is that you think Lena would have been way better for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm off Golden Time. I found it.
Yeah, we can move on. Next, Grand Blue Dreaming. This was previously my favorite comedy. Until another anime that comes in later. But it's so good, man. like just goofy characters. They're like, I think they're like college students, and they're all a part of this like diving club, and it's so funny, man. All the characters, they're hilarious. Grave of the Fireflies. Have you guys seen this?
I have, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
beautiful tear jerker. Also, kind of like heartbreaking story. I had to give this a 10, dude. It's just, I don't know. I feel like my life changed after watching this, bro. I can't look at World War II the same anymore, bro.
Bro, Grave of the Fireflies, bro. Like after seeing that, I'm seeing like, bro, like I know we learned it in history, but it's just like Jesus, like
Yeah,
it
like
just
man, we were
reminded
some
me.
monsters, man.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, that was good. Gurren Lagann, I think the only other mecha in here, I gave this a 9. Gurren Lagann, this is fire. Like, I don't think I need to say much. Most people that have seen it know what I'm talking about. People that haven't, you might need to tap in, all right? That's all I'm
hey
gonna
man, show us a
say.
10. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Next, Heaven's Lost Property. This is just your classic, like, harem anime, like, old school harem, though. So, um, comedy, harem comedy. Gotta include that as well
Yeah.
because there are some hilarious moments where, like, you hear the opening so many times throughout the season, and then there's one point where you hear the main character singing the opening terribly, and it's so funny, bro. Like, I Heaven's
Bijan is
Lost
funny.
Property. It was funny. It was funny. Hell's Paradise. This anime has potential. It has potential. But the reason I gave it a 7 is because they kind of left us on a cliffhanger. Like, we're right in the middle of something crazy, and they just kind of cut it. So it has potential, but I can't put it much higher than that because I don't even know where things are gonna go from here. They literally cut it right before something huge. So season 2, can't wait.
So watching
Hero
it, too.
Tales, you're watching it?
No, I was just saying I'm still watching it too.
Oh, okay. It's good. It's good. I think when it comes to a feel for the anime, I could put it higher. It has potential.
Okay.
Hero Tales. Hero Tales is dope, man. I really like this series. I'm not gonna go too deep into it because for time's sake, but this is a really cool this is kind of like Brave 10, except I think each of these characters have like they have weapons, but their weapons have like special powers, or they have special powers. And you like meet each of the characters throughout the series. Some of them join the main cast, some of them are a part of the like enemies, so you see them fight against each other. It's cool.
Mm.
Hetalia Access Powers. This is a comedy. I really liked it, but I haven't seen all the Hetalia seasons. I just think it's really creative how each of the characters represent like a country. So you have like America and Britain and Japan, and each of them interacting, and they're giving references to things in history and stuff. Like Hetalia Axis Powers, that's referring to the Axis from World War II and stuff. It's cool. High School of the Dead, I gave this a 5. It's just boobs. It's just
Nah,
boobs.
for real. Like,
It really is.
More
Like
than
I
that.
even dropped.
it's to me, it's
Yeah.
like boobs and zombies, and nothing else is really worth taking away from there, in my opinion.
Mm.
Higurashi, or thoughts?
I think
High
that's
School of
way
the
low,
Dead,
but
man.
okay.
Really?
Yeah, High School of the
Way
Dead.
low?
Man, come on now, bro. High School of the Dead
I
is definitely not just a
I
5,
think
bro.
I think High School of the Dead is forgettable, bro. I could never have watched this, and I like I would probably be better off. No, I'm kidding. But I could never have watched this and like not regret it at all. I think obviously the characters are what drew me to it when I was younger, but after watching through it and everything, it's like, and it's only 12 episodes. I don't think there's a second season or anything. I don't know. I think it's okay. I gave it a 5. It's a mid. I think I could go without watching it and not regret it.
Garbage. It's okay. You can say it. Yeah, it's garbage. It's garbage.
Nah.
I won't go that far.
I mean, I would, but
Fair enough. Fair enough.
whatever.
Okay. Higurashi When They Cry. I gave these a 10, bro. Higurashi, that is a pivotal series for my channel for numerous reasons. I watched through all of Go, all of Sotsu, and I even went as far as like streaming the visual novel on my channel, and people loved it. Like, this series is crazy. It's a horror anime that actually hits. Because for me, when I think of horror anime, it's like, how do you make anime scary? You know, there's no
Right.
anime that genuinely like leave me in suspense or fear or anything like that. But this anime does that. So I love it. And the
I got a
story it
question.
tells.
Is this old? Is this the old one?
No, it has an old version,
Yeah.
and these are the newer, like these. It's interesting because this is technically the second season, and this is the third season, with the
Oh,
original you saying being the first season.
okay.
But I jumped into this with the second season because people told me that this was going to be a remake. It turns out that it's not a remake.
Oh, it's not?
It's not, but it goes over what happens in the first season, and then it kind of deviates drastically from that. So I still know what happened in the beginning, and I played the. Well, no, I don't know everything that happened in the beginning, which is why I played
Okay.
the visual novel after, so I
Okay,
could
okay.
pick up on that missing context. But like, even the story they tell, you still know the story of what's going on. It's just
Yeah.
certain events that happen. Because man, I can't say because it'll be spoilers.
I got
But
you.
yeah, I love this.
I just seen the
Uh,
old one. That's why I was just like, I didn't know if they remade it or
yeah,
not, but it looks like they did. So, but it's not a remake, like you said. I think it's
nope.
something different, like an alternative
Yeah,
storyline.
basically.
Okay, cool. All right.
Howl's Moving Castle. I gave this a 10. This is probably like top 3 favorite Studio Ghibli movies. I loved it.
Fire.
Nothing more to say. Hunter x Hunter. I gave this a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think we all feel the same here when it's like, bro, we're probably never getting the other season.
Yeah, chill.
I've given up hope,
It is what
man.
it is,
Oh
man.
my gosh, bro.
I've
Like,
given up hope and I've accepted it. I like
Hunter x Hunter.
and fun fact, a lot of people hated the Chimera Ant arc. I think it
What?
went crazy.
Everyone
A,
hated
lo-
that?
Really?
a lot of people hate the Chimera Ant
No
arc.
way.
A lot. You'd be surprised. There are a lot of people that do not like it.
Oh, that's so sad. I thought that was
Mm.
one of my favorites.
I did. In my
Oh
opinion,
my.
I think the worst arc was the video game one. Where Gon went inside of that video game,
Oh
Greed
yes, yes,
Island, was
yes.
it? I
Yeah.
think that was the worst arc
That's
for
when
me.
they meant that little girl, which is not a little girl because she's actually
Yeah.
like older. But
Yep.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I gave this a 9. I think it's really cool. I love the power system with like enhancers and transmuters and all that stuff. I think that's really cool. I like how
Different.
unique everyone's powers are. Like I said earlier, I love anime with characters that have unique powers. Interviews with Monster Girls. It was a cool little story. I gave it a 7. It's another wholesome like story basically about these monster girls that go to a school. One's a vampire, one's like this ice girl, another one's a Dullahan, so like her head pops off and stuff. And he just like gets to know them and about their culture and stuff. It's a cool story. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Season 1, I thought it was cool. I liked it. It did a good job of introducing the world, and um I like the premise, how it's like there are like, I guess, gods and goddesses that each have their own households, and like they have their groups that are dedicated to them. I think it's cool, a lot of likable characters. Season 2 is where it got better for me because this is where things got real. You go to the entertainment district, you find there's some dark stuff, really dark stuff going on, some dark characters, dark goddesses. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I gave it an 8 even though I know a lot of people out there love it, just because I like the later seasons more. I don't.
Okay.
I guess I don't have the other seasons here for whatever reason, but I liked season 1. It was cool, but season 2 and 3 I think are better because that's where you get stands and that's where you get more in depth
Yeah.
into the power system and stuff. So
I will. Yeah.
yeah.
I will say that like I definitely slept on that series, bro.
hmm
Like, crazy.
Next, earlier we
Oh
had
shit.
Rashad's man's. Now it's time for Amir's
Oh
man.
shit.
What? Chill.
JJK.
Here we
Chill.
go.
Chill. Chill.
JJK. I gave
Hey.
JJK a 9. Uh, fantastic, really cool story. I like it. And then season 2, I gave it a 10, bro. The Shibuya arc went crazy. I don't care what anyone says.
Whoa.
I gave it a 10, bro.
I like JJK, but a
No,
10
I
is
don't care. I
whoa.
do not care. They killed it in the Shibuya arc. Those fights, bro, those were insane, man. Like the Choso versus Itadori fight. I don't think I've ever seen another anime with better choreography than what we saw there. We saw
True.
people flipping and dipping through the toilet stalls and stuff. Like that was crazy, bro.
I will
Yeah,
say, yeah, you're right. But
that
like,
went crazy. The Toji, all of Toji's fights. Oh my god, man. That
okay,
dude is a beast. All of his fights were dope. When he fought that like crab dude, that was
yeah,
nasty. We have Nanami, is that his name? The blonde hair guy?
yeah,
When he just, oh my god, when he fought the dude with the ponytail,
dude.
that was
Okay,
probably the hardest moment in all of season 2. I one moment that's probably a little underrated is when Megumi and Itadori fought against that guy whose powers kind of they work up like inversely. It's weird. Like if you hit him hard, then he
yeah,
doesn't feel anything, but if you hit him gently, then he feels like
like
that
extreme
times a
pain.
million. Yeah,
Yeah,
the way that they figured out how his power worked and the way that they took him down, I thought that was really cool. When you see Jogo, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought Jogo was kind of like a clown character. After
ooh, okay.
season 1, I saw Jogo and I was like, man, this dude's not gonna be anything crazy. The real deal is Sukuna and
Yeah.
Mahito here. But season 2 proved me wrong. Jogo is insane, man. I
Hey.
bro, season 2 was it.
I was just saying that like reason why I wouldn't give season 2 as a 10 because I just feel like it's gonna pull an Attack on Titan because where it ended,
Mhm.
that I feel like it's parts. There's gonna be parts to it
Yeah.
because the Shibuya incident, and I don't know if everyone's gonna correct me if I'm wrong, would still be going. You
Mhm.
know?
Like into the next season?
Yeah. So that's why I
Uh,
said like I think it's gonna be parts to it. That's why you know how Attack on
uh,
Titan has like
uh,
season 2 part 1 and 2
yep.
or that's season 3.
Yeah.
That's how I see as JJK season 2. I feel like there's gonna be parts. That's why I didn't give it a 10. I feel like the Shibuya incident arc is gonna keep going
Well,
of like
technically, at least from what I understand, I
yeah,
think the Shibuya arc is technically over because the next arc begins with Yuta coming into the equation
yeah,
and um with Sukuna releasing all of those monsters
yeah.
from his era or whatever and kind of wreaking havoc. So I think technically we're going into a new arc where we have to handle that and I
Okay.
guess try to save Gojo and stuff. I don't
But
know.
I would give it a 9.
hmm
I still like JJK. I don't care. I mean, I agree with you with the fights, choreography, and everything about
hmm
Jogo. Even though I feel like Jogo like presented himself in season 1, feels like
Yep.
he is the real deal, like not a clown or whatever. But like you
Mhm.
said, you see season 2 or whatever, he proved you wrong, whatever. But it's just like, dang, it kind of sucks because we didn't get to see Jogo's,
Yeah.
when
Yeah. Yeah.
his abilities. We didn't get a chance to see anyone's fully like full potential.
Well,
That's
anyone in
what's about
regards to
JJK.
who, like the heroes or the villains?
Both. So we'll get into the one with the flower.
Yeah,
Man, what's
yeah.
this? That
I
one. I
don't
forgot
remember.
her name.
I don't remember either, but I know who
Yeah,
you're
but we
talking
didn't
about.
see her full potential. We
True.
didn't see the guy that can control puppets.
Mm-hmm.
That's on the first half.
Yep.
Makamaru.
Yeah, yeah, Mekumaru.
We didn't see his, even though he used his mech or whatever, but like there's like more layer to his powers if you think about it. Like he could have been a grade A like sorcerer if he wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
but like I guess he's
He's a
just not as
prodigy,
written
yeah.
as that. Exactly.
Yep.
So it's
You bring up a good point in that there
mm,
were a lot of characters that just got the brakes beaten off of them
yeah, and
before
it's
they
just like
really do
dang,
anything.
like it
Mm-hmm.
only if there's a what if, but my fault. Keep going.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm gonna make these upcoming ones like real quick because I know I don't want to take up too much time.
Wait,
Kaguya.
before you get into that,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
gotta get into this. Another question for you, Cloudy.
Let's
Oh,
go.
Just want to see where your head's at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So just like I asked, Attack on Titan versus Demon Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
and you said Demon Slayer was better than Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
You were quiet in the debate whenever me and Amir had Demon Slayer versus Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, I was. I was
So
indeed.
I am gonna go ahead and put you on the spot and ask you now,
Oh
which
boy,
series do you like more?
man. So first off, I'll say the reason I didn't say much is because you guys were like dipping into manga stuff, and I'm an anime only, so I wanted no parts of that.
Mm-hmm.
But um, where they are right now in the anime, I like Demon Slayer more. Where they are right now, but I've heard a lot of things from Jujutsu Kaisen manga readers that say a lot of characters do a lot of crazy stuff later on. My personal favorite
For
character,
sure.
Maki, she goes crazy later on. I don't know what, but I've heard good
Hey, man.
things.
Yo.
So by the time this is all said and done, I can very easily see Jujutsu Kaisen beating Demon Slayer. But right now, where things are, Demon Slayer is just way too hype with what's coming up. It's way too hype for me to even like put them close.
Oh
I,
shit!
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What they gave us here in Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 was amazing, but what's coming up in Demon Slayer feels like it's gonna be better than what we're getting here, or than what we got here. But I'm there's a part of me that kind of assumes Jujutsu Kaisen might get better than what we got here. So that's my answer. I think Demon Slayer is clearly in the lead right now. I'm sorry, Amir, but hey,
Listen,
later
it
on.
don't it don't matter, bro.
Okay,
It's cool,
okay.
bro, because like I'm not tripping over it. I know the potential of JJK. We only got the
All
first
right,
two
man.
seasons, bro.
Don't
While
block
Demon
me after
Slayer,
this. That's
I'm
all I'm
not blocking
saying.
it, bro. I'm not blocking it because Rashada's trying to prove something, and like you know what I mean. It's cool. Like we already talked about it. We talked about it a million times, bro. I'm not tripping over it. So it's
Look,
just like,
look.
and you're right. I'm just saying. Listen, you're right because Demon Slayer is on a run right now.
Mhm.
So, I have to give it props where it's due. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
when the other seasons come out for
And
JJK,
we'll come back to
don't be surprised because I like JJK over Demon Slayer.
Mhm.
Still.
Oh, we
I'll
know.
still
We know.
I still stand by that. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Mhm.
But, I know we got the first two seasons, whatever, but just hey man, it is what it is. I'm not even tripping over it. I don't even care, honestly.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
The biggest thing
hey.
that I like about this, though, of what Cloudy said, which is just hilarious to me, is
Mhm.
he went on and on about the Shibuya arc. As soon
Mhm.
as I asked that question, bro, he's like,
Yeah,
"Yeah,
it's
this
not.
is good, but
Yeah.
it's not even close."
Yeah,
Hey
yeah, I gotta
man.
be honest. I gotta be honest.
Oh
Like I
Gotta
said,
be
I
man.
did give it a 10. I did give it a 10, but Demon Slayer's on a run right now, man. Demon
Listen,
hey
Slayer.
man.
viewers,
Oh,
I asked these questions for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
look,
he
look.
asked them for himself.
No,
He
no, no.
asked them
Because
on Twitch
I'm gonna be
for
honest with you,
himself.
bro. Because look, I know, when we start picking up more viewership and stuff like that, people are gonna look at me as the crazy one, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna know
They
because
probably already do.
look, I'm gonna be real with you. I say what's on my mind, bro, regardless of what the effect's gonna be, bro. You know what I'm saying? These two, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying? You got to pick. You got to keep poking at them until they get you the answer. Until they give you the correct answer, bro. And
Okay.
we had
Go
no.
off what he said. No, get
Are
off
you
what he said.
implying a switch up? Are you implying a switch up?
No, I'm not implying to switch up because you didn't say anything the first time when we had the debate. But
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? You didn't try to step in and say anything. So I was like,
Because when you guys were going back and forth, you were talking about like the story as a whole, like because both of you guys have finished the manga, so you were talking about the stories as a whole. I didn't want to jump in that because it's like number one, half of the stuff I don't know what you guys are talking about, and second, it's because I haven't seen these whole stories, so one of them could do something later on that just doesn't hit the mark for me.
Hey man, the only reason why I gave that argument is because I'm not gonna let somebody talk to me about a series that they couldn't finish because they don't pay attention. That's all. That's all. You see, from me, I'm flexible about stuff. You see, I'm gonna tell you that I'm not gonna finish a series, so I'm not gonna be like, yo, I can't make the comparison, and I can't compare Hitman Reborn and One Piece. I haven't finished Hitman Reborn. I'm still watching this shit, so it's just like, you know what I mean. So like, that's just crazy to me. But everything he else said about Demon Slayer makes sense. Like, he likes Demon Slayer, I like JJK. But like, don't say something of like a series that you cannot finish.
Listen,
so it's just like,
hey, I'm gonna put it like this
again, guys.
I'm gonna put it like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I missed the last 2 or 3 episodes.
No.
Of JJK?
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 episodes. That's it. Seen all season 1. Damn near seen all season 2. So you're telling me in those last 3 episodes, it really made a difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
But everyone, like, to each their own. Okay.
Fair.
You don't see it. I saw it. We're in 2 different lanes and 2 different paths.
But wait, Cloudy, you did see all the Shibuya arc, right? And you still came with that decision?
Yep. I think the work that they put into this was phenomenal. And it's crazy because while watching this, I was hearing that like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe like the animators were being like overworked and stuff, and like it was crazy. And to see that they were still able to pump out something that crazy under the situation that they were in, like, bro, this season is a masterpiece. This is one of the best arcs of anime. Like, if you were to sit down, have a group of people talk about the best arcs in anime, I think going forward, Shibuya arc, it's going to be iconic. It's going to be, for sure.
Would you say that arc is better than Entertainment District arc?
You see how he's asking Cloudy, right?
Because I know what you're going to say. Yeah. You like Jujutsu Kaisen. We already know. That's why the reason why I asked Cloudy is Cloudy's like the middleman in this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm asking him. Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He is. What do you mean? Because you like Jujutsu Kaisen and I like Demon Slayer, so I'm asking
I'm the third opinion.
Yeah, he's a third opinion.
Yeah. I'm gonna just sip my water.
Dude. That is so tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think looking at the Entertainment District and this anime right here, or this Shibuya arc side by side, it's so hard, bro. I'm just gonna lock in Shibuya arc. I'd put Shibuya arc over the Entertainment District, even though both number 10s. I'd say this one has the edge over the other. I'm gonna lock it. It was tough. It was tough.
I thought you were gonna say the Entertainment District, but I was like, yo.
I mean, bro, Tengen's a dog.
The thing about Tengen is that he didn't get his mark until last minute, right?
I actually don't remember because
Because like
we
when
didn't even
his
know
arm,
about the concept of marks back
Mhm.
then, so I wasn't paying attention. I don't think.
because like when his arm got cut off, they were facing the twins.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that's when he was like going all out. That's when he had his mark. He was going like counting by scores or whatever. And the demon was just like, yo, he's beating me with just saying score, like music scores.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I was just like,
Yeah, bro.
I thought Tengen is a dog. But I
Yeah.
am surprised with your answer. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Yep.
I'm
I
surprised.
have to go with season 2 just because
All right.
um what really makes the entertainment district a 10 is mostly what happens with the Daki Gyutaro situation.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Shibuya incident arc, that was like, bro, that was like 9-10 range from the jump
Yeah.
almost all
Yeah.
the way to the end. Because in the beginning, we had the Gojo versus Toji fights, and everything from there all the way to the Mahito versus Itadori and Toto. Like, bro, they kept us on the edge of our seats throughout all of those, like, 23 episodes. I was on the edge of my seat, man. But I'm gonna fly through these.
Mhm.
Kaguya-sama Love is War gave him straight 9s. This is iconic when it comes to rom-coms. This is an iconic series. Everybody loves it. I'm everybody. I love it. So good, man. Kakegurui, I gave it an 8. Both of these are 8. I actually read the manga, so I don't know how the anime is. Kind of cheated here, but who cares? I read the manga. I know the story.
Okay.
And
Alright.
I really like how it's like kind of like a gambling school, and it's not just like traditional gambling like with cards and stuff. There's like, it's stakes. It's all about staking something on the line, whether it's like some career ruining blackmail or like actual limbs. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
Katana Gatari, I really mess with this series. It's a story about, like, I think there's 12 like legendary swords that all have special properties, and they're scattered throughout all of Japan, and the
Mm.
main character has to go and collect all of these swords. So you're constantly, and there's 12 episodes, so each episode's kind of dedicated to a character that has one of these swords, and it's just so cool and interesting. I really like it, and the ending was fire. So good. Kaze no Stigma, I gave this a 7. Cool anime, but I watched it very early on, um back on Netflix and stuff, so I like it, but I don't remember too much. Kenichi, World's Mightiest Disciple. This is insane, bro. This got me. When I was a kid, this show got me into, like, training and exercising and stuff in my room. Like, that's how involved I was into this series. My favorite character is the guy in the middle that's kind of like grayed out a bit. I think his name was like Akisame or something. And
Mhm.
he's all about like this pink muscle. I think there's like, I don't remember the logic behind it, but basically he was built in such a way where he doesn't look as strong as he actually is
Mhm.
because the density of his muscles were like crazy or something like that. Kiki's Delivery Service, I gave it a 9. Another Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli doesn't miss, man. Cool story. This is another one of the Monogatari series, and this is why I love it so much, bro. All 3 of these are movies split into 3 parts that go into this little vampire girl story, and it's the origin of how the main character became a vampire. And bro, it is so good. It like insane. Komi Can't Communicate, part 1 and 2. I started with the manga, and then I watched through the anime as well when it came out, and I really like it. I really like Komi as a character. Um, I really like all of the characters around her and how each of them revolve around tropes. Like, you have the Chunibyo girl, you have the country girl, you have the, like, everybody has their own little gimmick. They all go to school together. It's a cool romance. I like it. Also, feel free to chime in whenever, because I'm kind of
Mhm.
like trying to rapid fire through these.
Wait,
Konos.
I was gonna
Mhm.
say you don't have to go too crazy because I think what I'm probably gonna end up doing is just making this Mal list like a trilogy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think,
because
well, I'll
they-
just do it. I'll do it like whenever it's my go, like next time. So
Mhm.
I think it'll just make more sense doing that.
Okay. Are we still gonna have that?
Yeah, yeah.
Discussion
Rent a
next
girlfriend. Yeah,
week?
yeah. That's how we're gonna end off this one.
Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. All right. So, Comey can't communicate. I went over that. Konosuba's hilarious, bro. I loved Konosuba. Every second of it. Every single episode was hilarious. This probably has one of my favorite comedy MCs. Like he just what's his name? Kazuma? He just
Mhm.
he's hilarious, bro. He's so goofy, but like he's not goofy in such a way where like he's the laughing stock. Like he's not the butt of the joke. He's just like such a goof. The girls are really the ones that are kind of all over the place, and just the way that he interacts with them is so funny. All of the girls are hilarious. Megumi or Megumin, best girl. That's all I gotta say. And then yeah, I saw the movie as well. This is the anime I was talking about, Amir, when I said
Oh,
this is
Galactic
our, like,
Heroes.
yeah. I think this is like a 80s anime, 70s
Mhm.
anime, I don't remember, that
Yeah.
I actually thought was pretty cool. It's about like
Alright.
this like two like space factions, you
Yeah.
know. It's cool.
Yeah, into-
Little Witch Academia. I really liked it for a movie like one shot. I think this was actually like a project. I think it was a part of some like animation competition or something, and this one won. And I see why. It's a really cool story. I like it, and the main
This was a
character is
movie.
really cool too. Yeah, it was a movie before it became a series. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I didn't even know
hmm Lupin the Third. Come on now. Gotta put
that.
some respect on my boy
Classic.
Lupin's
Mm-hmm.
name.
Yeah.
For
9 out
sure.
of 10 right there. Licorice Recoil. I really like this. At first, it seems like it's just no. I guess from the jump, it starts off pretty cool. Basically, these girls are a part. They're orphans. All of these girls are orphans, and they get taken into this program where they're trained into basically becoming super soldiers for Japan. So whenever there's like deadly terrorist attacks and stuff, these are the girls that get sent out there. All of them are professionally trained in how to use like firearms and stuff and like defuse bombs and stuff. So they're all super capable. But this girl right here, the main character, she's a prodigy that has been uh kind of it's not really a spoiler. She was kind of demoted before the series even starts. She was
Yeah.
demoted for an incident she was involved in. So even though she's like a prodigy, easily better than all of the other girls, her line of work now is just working in a coffee shop. It's like a undercover coffee shop that handles operations and stuff. And so even though she's insanely strong, she's enjoying her life right now, living more low key. But then a threat comes in where they need her to get back into action, and she still got it. That's all I'm gonna say. Made in Abyss. If anything, if there was someone out there that disagreed with all of my masterpieces, there's no way you can disagree with Made in Abyss being a masterpiece. I would fight someone that said Made in Abyss is not a masterpiece because holy crap, this story is unlike anything I've ever seen, bro. Even this movie, right? Like, even the movie's a 10 out of 10, bro. Like, ah, man, Made in Abyss. Have you guys seen it?
I've seen the first season.
Yeah, just the first season.
Okay. Okay, so thoughts?
Fire.
Oh
Fire.
wait, of as a whole or the first season?
I guess if there's any season you have a problem with, but
Oh
yeah,
no.
as a
I
whole.
mean, nah. I think it's cool. I have no problems with it. I
Mhm.
just want to continue it when I have the time because
Yeah,
Same here.
the story, man. About the
yeah,
girl with the glasses. I forgot her name, but like it's just
yeah,
like, dude,
dude.
that's wild.
And to think like, in my opinion, season 2 is just as good, even though it's a completely different situation. Like,
Yeah.
there's like a whole other village involved, and it's oh my god, Made in Abyss, bro. When is the next season? That's all I'm saying.
Hmm.
Masamune Kun's Revenge. This one was cool. I honestly don't remember much about it. I need to re-jog my memory because I
Joe.
watched it kind of like I think within the past year, maybe 2 years, somewhere between 1 and 2 years ago. I watched through this,
Yeah.
and honestly, I don't remember too much.
This genre
Not
is
to say it's
garbage.
forgettable, but yeah, it's. I don't think it's garbage.
You don't think it's garbage?
I don't. I definitely know it's
Alright.
better. To me, I know it's better than garbage, but I don't remember much about this series just because it is kind of a romance, and I've seen a lot of romances, so some of them kind of mix up in my head. But this one was cool. It had me hyped because I binged it so that I could watch season 2, but then I didn't really mess with or finish season 2, so I know I definitely liked the first one. Um, Megalobox. Man, I could go on forever about Megalobox. It's really cool. Kind of like Baki, how it's about like fighting or boxing, I guess, but this world revolves around professional boxers that use these like gear enhancements to make them even stronger. And you have the main character who's known as Gearless Joe. So that already kind of implies what he's about. And he's dope. But when you get into season 2, bro.
This is where I have the issue, bro. You really
Nah,
thought season 2 was better than the first season?
season 2 is a masterpiece.
All these
No.
With a
trends, bro.
No,
beautiful
that's what I'm
story.
saying. No.
Dude, I don't care what anyone says. I will die
Yeah.
on this hill. I will fight anyone
A
on
lot of
this
hills.
series.
This is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, because a lot of these animes I've given 10 to, I know many of them you guys haven't seen. But yeah, I'd die on this hill, bro. I love the message at the end of the story. How it's the mockingbird. I think it was the nomad and the mockingbird or something like that. And the symbolism behind that, and how the main character ended up becoming the nomad. And it's just such a beautiful story how it all ties in the end. How he kind of gave up on boxing and then he got back into it. And dude. Beautiful, beautiful ending. Mikaku City Actors. This anime is dope. This might have one of my favorite power systems. Have either of you guys seen it?
No.
Yeah, this is a like sleeper that my friend told me about in like middle school, and I've loved it ever since. It's basically about a bunch of kids that have special eyes, and all of their eyes do something different. But the reason why I love the power system in this anime is because the powers that they have, they're not your conventional, like, oh, he can shoot fire, oh, he has super speed. There's one character that has a power that's kind of a blessing and a curse. Basically, she can easily effortlessly draw in a massive crowd. She can draw in anyone's attention to her and have them focus on her. So it's a blessing because it helps her continue into her career of being an idol. But it's also a curse because she never gets any privacy because people are always following her because she's basically a superstar and she can't ever like turn this power off. And you take that and then you combine it with another character that has the power to like kind of avert everyone's eyes away from her. So when you have them together, she's basically the only person that can keep the girl that attracts everyone's attention, keep her low key. And it's like so many different unique powers like that. There's the main character, like, man. It's a really cool story with a lot of cool characters, and it gets very deep. Like, I don't know if it's Steins Gate level deep, but it's that same vein of like deep towards the end. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I gave this a 9. Like, bro, this series, it looks goofy on the front, but it's great for a comedy. It hits the mark. And it delivers more on top of that because the action scenes, no one can lie to me and tell me these action scenes aren't 10 out of 10 quality.
That's the one things that doesn't make any sense. Like how the fight scene or like the fight scenes are that good looking, bro. Like
Mhm.
especially
That's
when they were
no
saying they were.
animation right there.
No, I was just saying like they were play fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yep.
I
And
don't
then
even
it was
know, bro.
animated insanely. Like, I really mess with Dragon Maid. It's a really cool comedy. Definitely, I'd say it's top 5 comedy for me.
Okay.
Mob Psycho. I actually read the manga for this, and I loved season 2. With the like, that was the one with the broccoli at the end, right? The giant broccoli tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved season 2 for Mob Psycho. That was cool. Mob Psycho is definitely a must watch in my
Have you seen
opinion.
season 3?
I haven't finished it. I watched like the first 2 episodes.
Bro, that is the best season, bro.
Really?
So good, bro. Way to end the anime, bro. So good.
Oh, that's like the ending?
Yeah, that's the ending.
Oh man,
So
okay.
good.
I'm gonna have to finish it for sure. Next, Mushoku Tensei.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, season 1. I gave this a 9. I really like season 1.
Okay.
Uh, season 2. This is season 1 part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I gave this one an 8. I'm trying to remember.
What?
This is when they go off onto the demon island and they're kind of going from place to place. Remember, 8's still good, but
No
they're
way.
they're going from place to place, and there's cool stuff that happens. Actually, no. I think the big reason I remember now. I was gonna give this a 9, but a big reason why I gave it an 8 was because of the ending, how Eris ended it. That played a big factor.
Come
Yes,
on,
sir.
bro.
Oh, we talked
I
about
really
this.
messed with that.
No, that's
We talked about this.
By the
shit.
way,
So, yo, we
give-
don't even
That's
get into it.
crazy.
Hold on.
No.
To give context to the fans, Rashad is a huge Eris fan. That's why he's heated.
No. Okay, hold on. Because this is low key kind of like the same way I was feeling about Golden Time. Like you just doing that. So you dropped the rating just because of what her decisions you chose?
What?
Did
no,
you
no,
drop?
that's
Huh?
different. This is different because with Golden Time, you dropped the rating because you think he should have chosen someone else. But for
Okay.
me, the reason I'm dropping the rating is because Eris abandoned him, didn't tell him why, left him a message right after sleeping with him, basically gave him these sort of mixed emotions because one night he's like with this woman that he loves, and then the next night she's gone. She leaves a letter, doesn't explain why she left, abandons him on his own because I think Ruijerd had also left at this point. He was left depressed for like the next couple episodes, and then ultimately, I think it was Sylphie that had to clean up this mess that Eris left for him. So nah, that's getting an
Okay.
8 for me.
Hey,
Wow,
go
like that. That's kind of crazy.
That is crazy.
Yo.
Listen, y'all.
What?
Listen, y'all. We
Now,
talk
I
about
understand
we're
why
talking
she
about
did it.
choosing our favorite girls or whatever. Notice that the two highest seasons are all of them with Roxy in it. I'm just saying.
Actually,
Yeah.
Sylphie's the MVP of season 2, part 2. She carried towards the end.
Whoa,
you
switched up?
No, I still. There's no switch up. There's no switch up. Bro, there's no switch up. Roxy is still best girl in my opinion. But I gotta give Sylphie her flowers. She did her thing at the end there. She was the most mature person in that whole situation. She handled it like a woman should. That was nothing but respect for her. Easily the MVP of the season.
Wait, what do you mean by
But-
handle it like a woman should? What are you talking about?
Like she handled it in a very mature way, like a woman should, instead of getting mad about it. Like, not saying everyone has to agree with her, but her way of going about it was like insanely mature for what I expected from her. Bro, it takes a very, very strong person to do what she did there. And what she and Yeah.
Cloudy
Now, do
Crow.
I agree with her decision? I don't know, but I
Nah,
respect
that's
her for doing it.
crazy.
Explain your disagreements, please. We can get into
Bro,
this.
so you're telling me that it's okay? You think it was mature of her to let Rudius marry another woman?
Under those circumstances, yes.
What circumstances?
Under the fact that she was pregnant, she really cares about Rudy. She knows how Roxy feels about Rudy. Like I said, most people wouldn't be able to do what she does. I don't think I'd be able to do what she did if I was in her situation. But the fact that she was able to do it, it's one of those situations that I look at and I'm like, dang, it takes a bold person to do something like that, because that is wild. The fact that he is getting away with this is wild. But because she's able to accept that, because she just cares about him so much, that takes a really strong person, bro. That's how I feel about it.
And
Again,
I
I don't
think
agree with it. You don't have to agree with it, but give your opinion on it.
no, because I was saying I really think that this is almost as worse as Aries leaving. I would put that neck and neck to each other 1,000%.
Cap, because Eris took the coward's way out. By leaving a note and walking away and abandoning him without confronting him and at least saying why she's leaving, because it's not a bad reason. The fact that he basically died in front of her and she never wants that to happen again, so she left to go train and get stronger so that would never happen again, that's a valid reason. But she didn't have the guts to tell him face to face, so she left him. But Sylphie, she stood there, took everything. Roxy was tearing up. Rudy was all in his feelings during the talk, and Sylphie was just calm and collected the whole time. Roxy, I understand where you're coming from. Rudy, like, bro, she handled that better than I could, better than anyone could. That's why I
Bro.
gotta give her respect where respect is due, because that takes guts. That takes something. You got to be bold to be able to accept that and accept your man, including another woman in your relationship, and still loving him so much that you'd be content with that and not seeing Roxy as competition. That's like, dang, she knows her worth to the point where even if you, let me finish, even if you include Roxy in this situation, that's not going to take away from the value that I'm going to provide to this family. And plus, his dad did the same thing, right?
Yeah, but bro, her worth. So her worth is.
Rashad, you have to understand, bro. I'm not agreeing with her decision.
I know,
I'm
but
not saying every
so how are you
woman
gonna?
should
So
do
why are you
this.
praising her, saying how mature she was? That's mature. That's the
Because
dumbest shit she could ever do.
No, because you have to understand, Rashad, this is a different world, brother. This is a different world. These aren't the same societal standards where everyone's monogamous, everyone has one partner, cheating scene is the same way. It's still like a lot of people are monogamous, but they even mentioned right there that the only people that are really monogamous are the religious people that follow whatever their religion is called, but there are people out there that aren't monogamous. So yeah, they brought that up before they even had the conversation with Sylphie, that this is a thing that people do, and maybe she might accept it.
Okay, final verdict. Final verdict.
Let's go.
Do you truly believe that what Ares did, because everyone has their flaws. I get both where you guys are coming from, bro.
Mm-hmm.
No one's in the right, no one's in the wrong, honestly. But do you truly believe what Ares did was right?
Rashad or me?
Both of you. Both of you.
Oh, go ahead, Rashad.
Do I truly believe what she did was right? I mean, yes, she
Okay.
should have told him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I mean? Bro, Rudy's gonna gotta read the room, bro. I'm sorry, like, bro.
What?
She listen. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, bro. Like, she's going through a lot of shit, bro. And she was like, you know what? I just gotta handle this on my own. You know what I'm saying? The way she handled it, she could have told him, okay, let's leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna leave, whatever. But it doesn't matter. The way she left doesn't matter. It's not as worse as Sylphie sitting there, bro. She literally has a kid on the way, and you're telling me you was out here messing with another girl and then have the nerve to tell me about it, then come home and be like, okay, I want to marry her too. Let's join her to the crew. What?
Okay.
You saying that's
You
a
had me on the
jerk?
first half.
Hold on. First, you saying that the way she left doesn't matter is wild. And read the room, bro. She slept with him and disappeared the next day before he
Bro.
woke up. What is there to read?
Oh, bro,
This is crazy.
bro,
He said,
bro.
read the room,
Okay.
bro.
Okay. So the reason why, okay, Rashad at the beginning, right? I get what he's saying because, like, you know, we know about Eris and have her, like, her
She
thing
was
got going
going
on.
through some stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There was a total different way she could have handled that shit.
I agree.
100%. So when he was just like, read the room, and this is when Rudy's, I mean, like, they're both young. They were both kids. But Rudy is just like 3 years younger.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say like he should have took it maturely because, like, I can't blame him how he acted. Honestly, anyone could be devastated. Anybody.
Yeah.
Like, none of these girls are in the clear. I'm gonna keep it a buck. No, like, no one's in the clear. No one's in the right, no one's wrong. You know what I mean? Because what Sophie did, like, yo, I hate what Paul did, but what Sophie did was kind of crazy. But like you said,
I respect
going
it.
back to
I
the,
wouldn't
going
do it,
back
but
to
I
Eris,
respect
going
it.
back to Eris.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy is because this is an isekai thing. He never went through that emotion before. I mean, you know what? No, he did. People left him because he was abandoned.
Wait.
Remember before he died? I'm talking about
yeah,
Rudy as
yeah,
a
yeah.
character.
Well, even then though, because he actually touches on this later on when he brings up, I think it was his brother. He was never really abandoned. He more so pushed them away. Like, whenever his family would try to come in and talk to him and do stuff with him, he always pushed them away. And so I think that actually was the first time where somebody just up and left him on his own.
Yeah. So that's why I was just like, it was definitely a different emotion for him.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, like, I guess it was a lot because he fell in love with this chick, honestly, because he thought like she was like the one and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like that. It's like that because Rudy is, as I wouldn't say as smart as he is. He could have understood. Because remember, he visited like the palace and stuff. I mean, he doesn't know what's going on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
But he knew it was like going on, well, with Eris, because he's the one who was teaching Eris. What is it, magic or just getting stronger? What was it? I kind of forgot.
I think he was teaching her magic.
Magic and stuff.
Yeah, like very
But
basic.
I don't know. I just feel like he should have been upset. Honestly, I'm not saying he shouldn't have no emotion. Be like, damn, she left me. Oh, well. Guess I gotta go through a whole training solo arc and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, damn, I guess like self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But at the time, he was caught up with his like feelings and building this relationship with Eris. So that's why I'm saying it's kind of both. It's kind of, you know, I don't know. That's why I see Rashad's argument. And I see your argument too. That's why I'm saying, like, I guess there's no right and wrong with that shit, bro.
That's fair.
And what Sophie did, and what Roxy did.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, bro, everyone is fucked up. You're like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo,
I mean,
what Sophie did, she brought. I was like, yo, I do agree. She had a kid on the way, and just to bring another.
But you have to think, right? There are people even in this world that are okay with those kind of relationships. And can you really say that they're messed up if they're happy with that, if they're okay with that? So I agree everybody has things that you might not like about them,
Yeah,
But
yeah,
with Sylphie, and she's not even my favorite, but I think with
Right.
Sylphie, at least, it's like, I don't agree with that. I wouldn't do that. But if she's okay with that, then, respect to her. And the way that she handled that with everybody like on the verge of breaking down, getting super emotional,
yeah.
she was the anchor that held everything together. They thought that by bringing
Um,
this up to Sylphie, it was going to ruin everything. Like they were freaking out over what Sylphie would have thought about this. And then when she just like handled it super calmly and maturely, I couldn't help but respect it, because it's like, dang, they thought this would be like life-shattering news. Like, what the heck do we do if she says no? And the fact that she actually said yes,
yeah.
like, I gotta respect it, bro.
Okay,
Because
I understand it, but I'm
yeah,
just saying, like, Rudy has more things to lose now. Like, he has everything to lose because he just had
true.
one. He has two, but he might have three
He's
on
gonna
the
get
road.
more. Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? Is he gonna fuck
Yep.
up like Paul? There's possibility. There's like gonna be episodes where he can fuck up like Paul.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? That's why I'm worried about.
That's fair.
So that's why I'm saying, like, yo, like, you're right. Like, there are people that are that go along with the I forgot the word for it, like the poly relationship or whatever.
Mhm.
But it's just like
Yeah,
hopefully
I
he
see why
knows.
people don't agree.
Yeah, hopefully he knows. Like just being self-aware that like he
True.
has
True.
everything to
True.
lose because
Yeah.
he's not just because he got a kid, he got sisters or a sister and a half sister
Yep. Two
and a
moms,
mom, a
or not two
disabled
moms.
mom.
Two wives. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, dude, like this
Yeah.
is the point where you have to get your shit together.
He
Honestly.
does, for sure.
Because like
for sure.
with the Era situation, he didn't have to get his shit together.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna be like, yo, he was like a crybaby from through all the rest of the episodes. Like, I'm not gonna say that. That's like a recovery he has to go through. Like, that's not something to get over easily, but it's just like, yo, like since you got this shit, like you gotta know that like there's gonna be like opponents out there that's gonna trying to get what you have.
Mhm.
And there's people that's gonna kill you out there. So you gotta realize, bro, like now you got a kid, now you got a sister, you got a half sister, you got a mom,
Yeah.
you got
And
two
now,
wives.
you got to be strong
Basically,
enough to not
yeah,
only protect yourself
you
from
have to
these
be the
crazy
anchor.
threats, but also
Exactly.
protect everything that you're
It,
trying to
I don't
maintain
know.
here. Yeah.
I
And
could argue about his character, but
You know, it's crazy, bro, because I think that this conversation just convinced me I need to bring down my rating for season 2, part 2.
dang. But hold on, but not
Bro.
season 1 part 2, not season 1 part 2, right? Because you agree with her. Sylphie faces her problems, talks to him maturely and calmly. Eris leaves a note and leaves right after giving him
Oh
mixed
my God.
signals, screwing him up mentally for the next 2 seasons.
Listen,
But
man.
she's gonna
All
stay the
of
same.
them,
That's still a 10
all
year.
of them, like he was saying, I will agree with Amir. All of them is wrong because even the fact,
Whoa!
even
Progress.
no, listen. Even the fact that, you know what I'm saying? Because if anything, Roxy might be the worst character in this whole series because, bro,
Hey, you're entitled to believe that.
your idea to fix Rudius is to sleep with him? That is crazy, knowing that he's married, knowing he has a kid at the house.
I agree. That's why when Amir said everybody has something bad about them, I was like, yeah, Roxy definitely has some bad stuff about her too.
But she's supposed to be the adult.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
for Roxy?
Yeah.
No, Roxy, she is older. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, for sure. But like, like that's why they
Well,
got
I guess when it comes to her species lifespan, though,
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe that plays a factor into why she's not as mature, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I was just like, that's why we got the whole backstory for her in her village. You know, that's just to understand her character a bit more. But hey, you know what? That's it from Ashoku Tensei.
I'm just glad we made some progress because remember, audience, Rashad said that Eris did nothing wrong. And then just now, he said everybody did some wrong. So that's progress in my
Oh
book,
my
and I will
God.
take that. All of our best girls are trash
I was
in
like
one way or another. All right, let's continue on. Let's continue on. Remember, Rashad. Remember what I said before this. No hard feelings, because we didn't even get into the rent a girlfriend.
Oh,
debate.
hold on. I'm chilling, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm just
Alright.
editing my list, bro. Cause you just
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you
Because
convinced
you're like,
me.
think.
No.
You
No.
convinced me.
You convinced me that I need to bring it lower.
Okay,
I ain't gonna
fair,
lie.
fair.
I just thought about that. So I was like, let me
All right.
Let's
Continue. Let's continue. My dress up darling, I gave that a 9. I think when it comes to romance animes,
Oh boy.
dang, what is her name?
Myrene?
Marine, yeah. I think she's
Yeah.
probably one of the coolest, like, female counterparts when it comes to romances. Cause, like, bro, this main character, he's got like his nerdy hobby that he's really into that a lot of people wouldn't mess with. And to see that she being like one of the most popular girls in school gave this guy the time of day and the reason why she did it. Cause there's a lot of anime like that where the star of the school gives the like average guy a chance, but with this one their reasoning and the way that they like cooperate and bounce off of each other and help each other with their passions and how they actually tie together, I think it's a cool romance story.
Okay.
My hero. We
Goes
just
Luigi.
got out of a big debate. Let's hope we don't get into another.
Oh my God.
no, I'm not gonna.
So season 1 I gave it a 9. When season 1 came out, I thought, this is the stuff. This is what I was looking for. You know, I love comics, I love anime. This is the perfect mix. So I love season 1. Wasn't a big fan of Deku back then. Also wasn't a big fan of Bakugo back then. But overall the story was cool. Season 2 is where things picked up for me. This is where Deku is like, okay, you got me. Deku is like, okay, you got me. It still took me a little while for Bakugo, but season 2 was fantastic. Fan-friggin-tastic. For me, would I say it was the highlight? Compared to this season right now, I think this could give it a run for its money. But right now, season 2, that's a 10 for me. That was peak My Hero for me. Season 3, we have this was the forest arc. I gave this a 9. This was really cool. This is where you really see what the villains are capable of and all of their different abilities and stuff. I like that. Season 4, this is with Overhaul. This is with Fat Gum, aka my boy Slim Gum. This is where Eri came into the situation. This is where the trio of like Medio and Nejire and Tamaki all came into the situation. This is where this huge unprecedented threat comes into the situation where there are bullets that can rob you of your quirks. This had everybody shook when Medio got hit by it while battling Overhaul and was still dogging it out. Fire. Like, I love that. That's why I got a freaking Overhaul shirt. This season was dope. Although Overhaul as a villain, towards the end, he kind of fell off. I think in the beginning, especially building up to the big fight, he was like crazy. Like he was a villain. But then the way he went down, it was like, yeah, he's not my favorite villain anymore. Season 5, this is where it drops down for me a bit. This is where we have the Class 1A versus Class 1B fight. I thought the fight was cool. I think this was also where they had the like festival arc, where they had the like school festival and stuff. It was cool. I like it, but that's not like action, you know? The thing I love about My Hero is the action. The characters are cool, but I'm here for the action. And this, especially in the latter half, didn't have a whole lot of action. Also to note, in season 4, I think that was also the season where the first half was Overhaul and the second half was Gentle and La Brava, which was also fire.
Oh,
So, another reason. Season 6, My Villain Academia. Nothing else to say. My Villain Academia. Let's get into it. Or not let's get into it, but let's go, man. That was sick. Thoughts on My Hero.
I think MHA is trash.
That's fair. You and many others.
I believe that every season should get a 1. Honestly,
Dang.
I feel like it didn't deliver for every season, bro. It was trash
Dang.
to begin with,
Mhm.
and it ended as trash.
I love how the eating adds to the.
Oh my god.
So it's the fact,
Yeah.
Cloudy, what was it, season 5 with the hero when they get their hero pass, or is it 4?
I don't remember.
I think me and
no,
Rashad talked about it.
I think it was 4. I think it was the end of 4 around the festival, like maybe before it, in between. I don't know. Or
Alright, I'll
5
go
had the
back.
festival, so I think 5.
Okay, so I'll go back to what I said. I think season 5 should have should stay where it's at, but everything else is like, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just doesn't.
Rashad, look at this man. He's editing.
No, Cloudy.
He's
Cloudy.
editing. He's like,
No,
dang,
no, Cloudy.
Talk about switch ups.
No.
Talk about switch ups.
Cloudy.
Editing his list.
No. Cloudy, do you really want me to do it to you, bro?
Bro, all
Go
right.
ahead.
No, bro, we already did this last
We
episode.
Oh,
did
no.
this. But go ahead.
Come on, bro. I was
No,
just
you
trying.
actually, we can keep it brief, but we can continue now because you gave one reason. What's another reason why you think the series fell off after?
No,
season 3,
we're not. We're Cloudy.
Here I go.
Cloudy.
Listen, I'm eating a hoagie, so if they want to talk about MHA, bro, I'm all for it. So you see what I mean?
Wait, let's go. What are you gonna say?
I want to yawn in.
I was just doing because I was like, oh no, I know Cloudy didn't mess up again. Because I was doing some fact checking, bro, and I knew I was right, bro.
What?
My Villain Academia was season 5.
Oh yeah, you're right. Season 5 was My Villain Academia. This was the Shigaraki fight. I still wouldn't change my answer. What'd you think you did there?
Huh?
What? What'd you think you did there?
No,
What?
I'm just saying, Cloudy, like, you know what I'm saying? For a show that you love and stuff, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah,
you
a
can't
show
be
that has 7 seasons.
I
over,
know.
like, almost 200 episodes. Like, yeah, I forget that My Villain Academia was the end of 5 and wasn't the beginning of 6. How does that change anything?
Nothing.
Because
Cloudy.
season
you
6
got it. You got it.
season
You got it.
6
You
was-
got it. You got it. You got it.
No, you said you were always with the smoke. What is this? You got
No,
it. You said you were always
Go
with
away,
the smoke.
Cloudy. You
Explain
got it.
yourself.
You got it,
Please
bro.
explain yourself.
Because
Yo.
we're not even close to. We're only halfway, bro. Go ahead, bro. You got it.
Audience. See what Rashad's doing here? How he tries to bring up a point and won't elaborate once I challenge it? Just keep that in mind. He had so much to say about My Hero last time. He brings up
Yo.
one point. I ask, how does that change anything? And he's like, move on. You're right. Move on.
Audience,
So,
I just want to
Let's
say,
move on.
I am the guy that records and edits these videos, and we are literally about to reach the 3-hour mark, and we haven't even made it to
Bro,
damn near
who was the
halfway.
one?
Like,
Who was
bro,
the one that said, take your time, because we're just going to split this into
Huh?
parts? I was going through it. I was going to blitz through this. Just be like, My
that's
Hero
why I
is
said I
good.
wasn't going to say anything, because I was like, bro, let's just keep going.
All right. Well, then going forward, I will blitz through this. My Neighbor Totoro, this is my favorite Studio Ghibli. I'm giving this a 10. My Neighbor the Yamadas, it's a 9. Comedy, I like it. Another Studio Ghibli, I gave this a 9. Non-Baka, I gave this a 8. It's cool and interesting. It's about prisoners. A lot of goofy stuff, comedy.
Mhm.
Naruto, I gave this a 10. This is my number 1 anime. I've explained this numerous times. We don't need to get into this. Shippuden, I gave this a 9. I really, really like it. Not as much as the original. Simple as that. Nichijou, 10.
Ichijo.
This is my current favorite comedy of all time. Current favorite. It trumped Grand Blue for me. Nisei Monogatari, I gave this an 8. Another great addition to the Monogatari series. We have No Game, No Life, and the movie. Both of them are amazing. They're masterpieces. Everyone is begging and praying that one day we'll get a season 2.
We're never
And
getting
hopefully they deliver. But yeah, we're losing hope.
it. We're losing-
Noragami and Noragami Arigato. I gave both of those a 9. Those are both dope. One Punch Man season 1, I gave this a 9. Season 2, I also gave a 9. Thinking back on it, I might give season 2 a 8, just because I think I enjoyed one more, but I'd honestly have to rewatch and see why I gave it a 9. Oshinoko is an 8 because it did have some really fire moments. Like the first episode was phenomenal. There are some moments in the series that are fire, but there are also a lot of moments that's just kind of building up towards those great moments, and those moments can be a little bit slower. So I gave it an 8 overall. Overlord, season 1, 9. Season 2, 9. Season 3, 8.
Yeah.
Season 4, 8. These are my thoughts on Overlord. I just love the premise overall. Really cool how it's like a guy that I guess he's trapped in this. Basically, him and his friends were all like the pinnacle. They were the top cream of the crop players in this game. Then he gets trapped inside of it and has to kind of continue from where everyone left off because they thought the game was getting deleted or something. And so now he's inside of the world of the game, and all of his servants are like characters that him and his friends created. So each of the servants have little quirks that his friends have, and it reminds him of his past life. It's so fire. Ponyo, I gave this a 7. It was cool. It was cool. Studio Ghibli. Princess Mononoke, I gave this a 10. Another fire Studio Ghibli. Like, I watched this one in the theaters with my brother. That was insane. Like, we both loved it. Madoka Magica, I gave this a 9. My take on it was incredibly controversial. This is probably the most controversial series on my channel. I got so much hate for the take I gave on this series, or on a specific character in this series. But the movie was a 10. Fire. Like, I can't wait. There's going to be, I think, another movie coming out soon that continues from here. So, yeah, this was a 10 for me. Just insane. Ranking of Kings, I gave this a 9, bro. Ranking of Kings. I found myself in love with this series. Dorche is my boy. Even the Queen, bro. One of the coolest, like, redemption arcs. Like, so cool. I love Ranking of Kings. ReZero, just straight 9s across the board. It's a dope series. If I had to give a gripe that I have towards this series, it's the fact that the main character, he has cool moments. Like, really, I like the story because of the circumstance he was in. The fact that every time he died, he would like reset to a checkpoint. I thought that was fire. And seeing him try to navigate these situations so he wouldn't die, that was so cool. But I really started liking the character. I think it was here where he realizes more about how his like deaths work and the consequences of them. That's when I actually started liking him. Redline, fire movie, super cool. I love it. The art style, everything. That was heat. Rent a Girlfriend. I gave it an 8. I gave the first season an 8, and this is the like rewatch thing. Rosario Vampire, I gave it an 8. This was probably the first like harem anime I've ever seen, and it's hilarious. I love the characters. Cool stuff. Saikano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. This is also an 8. Really interesting story about a bunch of characters that get together they get together to, I believe they're trying to make like was it a like game or was it a manga? I don't remember.
Even know.
Yeah, but they all like banded together, and each of them have different roles, and they come from different backgrounds and stuff. And the main character is really what makes me love this series, because he like knows everything there is to know about manga, I'm pretty sure. And he's like the writer. He's the one coming up with the ideas, and so good. Saga of Tanya the Evil, I gave this an 8. This was really cool as well. Funny enough, I completely forgot this was an isekai, bro. Just because like it's such a short you know, it's such
Yeah.
a short time in the beginning where he's in his past life and then he dies and he comes into here and then he just dominates. Like the fact that Tanya's like basically a super soldier in this world full of like regular soldiers, it's so cool. Just because of how talented he is. Saint Onisan, this was a cool movie. Gave it a 7. Solo Leveling, 8. I like it, not as much as a lot of other people out there do. I'm looking forward to what's to come. It did have some really good moments, but I don't think it's crazy. Somali Tomodi, another super wholesome anime that I
So
really like.
fire.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
this one's so fire.
This
I
is a
actually like it.
sleeper. It's really cool. Soul Eater had to give this a 9. This was my childhood. Like, bro, characters are so badass. Art style so badass. Like, can't say enough. Sound Euphonium gave it an 8. It's about a bunch of girls in a like orchestra, I'm pretty sure, and it's a cool like school life anime. I enjoyed it. Spirited Away, I gave it a 10. So cool, man. I remember my art teacher like played this uh in our class one day, and like everybody was just like, when the crazy moments happened, everybody was
Yeah.
losing it. When the weird moments happened, everybody was talking about it. It was such a fun watch. Spy Family, season 1 and 2, I gave them both 9s. I think Spy Family is going to go on to be like an iconic comedy. Like, if it's not already. I think people are gonna like in the future look back on like what are some great iconic anime from like the 2010 or not 2010s, the 2020s. Then Spy Family is gonna be in that conversation. It's so cool, so creative. I like it. Summertime Rendering. This is a sleeper, bro. Really good anime. 9 out of 10. Phenomenal story. Like, I can't go on about this series enough, bro. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sweetness and Lightning. Uh, I think last episode, 2 episodes ago, I mentioned a guilty pleasure of mine is checking out like wholesome, feel good anime, and this is the example I brought up. This is one of my favorites in that category. Sword Art Online, I gave it an 8. Uh, Honestly, I'd probably give it a 7. But I gotta admit, at the time when this came out, this was fire. Season 1, or the first half of Sword Art Online, was fire. Once they get into Alfame Online, that's when I started to kind of teeter off. And then everything after that, I just was not interested in. Sinful Gear is cool. Giving this a 9 out of 10. This is it's a story about these girls that are like, they have like superpowers that revolve around singing. And
Yeah.
so you have, this is I forget what other anime it was, but this is in a similar box where these characters, the songs that you hear them sing, that's actually sung by the voice actresses and stuff. So they're like actually talented. And it's not like other people singing during the musical parts. Teasing Master Takagi-san, this is another feel-good anime. And the reason I gave this a 10 is because not only do I love this series, but I also dived into the other mangaka's works, and I love all of them, bro. I hope we get anime for those going forward, but I love Takagi-san. It's so funny. Reincarnated as a Slime, gave them both 9s. I know you don't mess with slime too much, Amir, but I do. I
I know you
do.
do. I know you do.
All right.
You know that.
Next, 100 girlfriends. We're almost at the end. 100 girlfriends who really, really, really love you. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
John's hilarious. I will
It
say.
is.
It's
This,
hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie. This to me is like, this might be better. Rent a Girlfriend, bro.
Whoa.
I think it is better than Rent a Girlfriend,
Yeah.
but I think it also kind of does what it does, but does it better. Now, the reason I say kinda is because we're still early into the series. It's only 12 episodes, and we've only met, I think, 6 out of the 100 girlfriends. But if you want to talk about like rom-com MCs, This is your guy. Rentaro is your guy, bro.
Yeah.
He is, bro. He's on another level, man.
Such a Chad.
He is. He really is. The Angel Next Door spoils me rotten. This is a cute love story. I like it. Next,
Huh?
The Cat Returns. Gave it an 8. Another Studio Ghibli movie. Studio Ghibli never misses.
Never.
Eminence and Shadow gave it a 9. Really cool. This is
9.
like, this is an
Wow.
example of a good isekai right here. This is a like isekai
Okay.
done right, in my
I
opinion.
can see. I can see how you said that. Well,
The Future Diary. This I gave it a 9. I really liked it. I watched this during a period where I was super into like kind of gory shock value anime, and this is one of my favorites. I really like it, especially Minena. She's awesome. Easily my favorite character. Garden of Sinners. This is kind of like the Fate series. It's made by the same person. It's just a really cool story about. Well, I can't even say what it's about because that'll be
that'll be
spoilers.
spoilers.
Yeah,
Yeah, I gotta get into that then.
it's really good. God of High School. Gave it a 7. It has a really good concept with really cool characters, but I don't like the ending. I did not mess with the ending. The Irregular at Magic High School. This series is so dope, man. It's like a perfect fusion between technology and magic, and this is probably one of the, like, just like I had Ayano Koji as one of the coolest MCs in anime. This guy's up here too. Tatsuya, also known as God Suya by a lot of people in the community for a very good reason. The Misfit from Demon King Academy. I really like this show. I think it's really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think my rating was kind of affected by season 2. I think they dropped the ball a bit in season 2, but season 1 was really good, and I like the main character Anos. The Promised Neverland. I gave it an 8. I like season 1. We're not going to talk about anything
Season
else
2.
regarding that series. I'm not going to talk about anything else. Secret World of Ariete. I like it. I actually saw it when it premiered on Disney, with the dub, because it had like some like Disney like actors and actresses like voicing the characters, which I thought was cool. And I ended up actually enjoying it. Like, it's a really cool story. Seven Deadly Sins. I thought the first season was good. I should probably put this at like an 8. Well, I don't know. I need to go back and watch before I can say it because it's been so long. But in my head right now, it feels like an 8. Season 2, though. Season 2 hit. Season 2 hit. I loved it. Season 3, though, it's not up here for a reason.
Okay, all right, go.
That's all I'm gonna say. The Wind Rises. That's a 9 out of 10. Another beautiful Studio Ghibli story. Like, if you haven't gotten the message already, check out Studio Ghibli's movies, bro.
Hey, Ghibli do
Those
not
are
mess with their
insane.
movies, bro.
They do not.
Really.
Next, The World God Only Knows. This is my current favorite rom-com of all time. Easily. Best rom-com MC of all time. Easily.
Ooh.
Such a fire story about a guy who he's like the ultimate gamer. He's gone through his entire life playing visual novels, and so he's an expert at being able to like touch a visual novel and instantly know how to get the girl. So, to the point where he's become known as the god of conquest. So one day, the devil sends him a letter, basically, well, asking him, but basically forcing him into taking his skills and bringing them into the real world. So he's a god at like picking up girls in video games, but in the real world, he doesn't like, interact with girls or anything because he thinks, 2D girls are better than 3D girls. So now he's forced into a situation where he has to try to win these girls over. So the way he just uses these like different like techniques that he's gathered through games and stuff and strategies and stuff that he uses to try to get each of the girls, and each of the girls have different, like, the reason the devil sent him to capture these girls is because each of them have like runaway demons inside of them. And the runaway demons kind of alter reality based on different struggles that they have in their life. So one example is there's one girl. Dang, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's one girl that comes in way later that's like a part of a wealthy family, and she's always had to be this prim and proper, elegant girl, and she's always wanted to kind of break out of that and be more free. And so the way that the demon alters reality is it ends up making her a boy. But the way that it does that is it makes her switch bodies with the main character. So now you have the main character who's has to, for the first time ever, has to win the girl over, but from the girl's POV, trying to win the guy over instead of being the guy trying to win the girl over. So he has to completely change up his game plan. And all of the girls have different things that like warp reality. There's one that like grows into a giant. There's another one that turns super small, and he has to fix all of these. Like, it's so cool. And then once you get,
right.
yep. And once you get to the goddesses arc, bro, this is easily the best arc, bro. They really cooked. And the crazy thing is, the series continues beyond this, but the studio working on this, I think it's the same studio that was working on Dead Man Wonderland, and they
Oh,
both,
it's not.
it went bankrupt. So there's not going to be any more The World God Only Knows. So this was like their last Hail Mary, and they killed it. So good.
But did
Seriously.
season 2 skip some things? Because if I remember, season 2 for the World God Only Knows introduced these like other characters, but we just never got to see them in season 3.
It's the ending. Like, season 1, canon with the manga. Season 2, canon with the manga. But the ending introduces characters that never get animated.
Yeah.
Because of them basically knowing that, okay, this is our last season that we have to work on.
Okay.
So they wanted to wrap things up. But I went and read
My
the
bad.
manga on all the characters. So
All right.
it's worth reading. To Your Eternity, I gave this a 10. This is what a cool like unexpected story. I went into this not knowing what to expect or what it was going to be about, and I was very, very surprised with all the heartbreaking moments, all the dope moments. My boy Gugu, they did him dirty. Oh my god, man. And then that, like, the psychotic, I forget her name, but that psychotic woman that was like hunting him down throughout the whole series. You know what I'm talking about, right, Rashad?
Yeah.
Wait, what you said?
That like psycho woman from the beginning that was hunting down the MC like all the way to the end, never forgot about him.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah. That was crazy, bro. Next, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I gave this an 8. This is a cool story about like a Japanese myth that they basically made into a fun little anime that actually has like a bit of a more serious side, but I don't think that's going to be introduced, or we're really going to see much of that unfold until season 2.
Okay.
Here we have Tokyo Revengers. First season 10. Second season 10. Second season part 2 or third season, I gave it a 9. You already know how me and Rashad feel about Tokyo Revengers. This is what I think this is what the perfect shonen for me looks like, where there aren't these crazy superpowers where the characters end up scaling to like universal and all this stuff. These are just guys throwing hands. And if you don't got hands, you're not getting anywhere unless you're Takemichi and you got that dog in you. But I like how it's just people just brawling. And the only reason I gave season 2 part 2 a lower score is because I wasn't a huge fan of the main villain. Yeah, I thought he was kind of petty. I didn't really mess
Okay.
with him too much. He was cool combat wise, and everything around him was cool, but his reasonings for doing what he's doing, and I didn't really mess with it. Tower of God, I gave it an 8. It was a cool story. I'm not gonna lie. I watched it 4 years ago. I don't remember much. Trinity 7, I gave this a 6. I don't remember much. Vinland Saga, gave it a 9. Vinland Saga's dope. I really got to finish season 2 because season 2 it was going in a really cool direction before I stopped watching it. But again, I just don't have the time to watch every anime that I want to watch. Then we have Violet Evergarden down here, just on a streak. 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Well, this is the series, 10 out of 10. This is the movie, 10 out of 10. I think this was the final. This is like an extra episode, I think, which was a 9. And then this is a 10 out of 10. Like I said, this is my favorite romance of all time. Or this is the best romance of all time. Let me correct myself.
Okay.
The best romance of all time. Kyoto Animation cooked here. This is probably their magnum opus, their greatest creation, in my opinion. Wise Man's Grandchild, I gave this a 5. It just seemed very low effort. It was cool conceptually, but it was very low effort on the animation side. And then Your Name, I gave it a 9. I think that was a cool story. I like the premise. It was something I've never seen before, and they pulled it off well. Like Anime Freaky Friday. And then down here, this is where you're seeing some of the, well, this is where I would put some of the lower scores. Obviously, there's some good ones like Carol and Tuesday that I would like to continue, but I just don't have the time. Boruto gets a 4. There's a couple of these that I probably give lower ratings to, but here where I dropped, this is where you're really going to see it. Arifureta, this is the first anime that I've ever reacted to and disliked the first episode so bad I never uploaded it. This is the first series I have reacted to and didn't think uploading it would be worth the effort. This was bad. Fairy Gone! I tried so hard to give this series a chance, bro. I tried so hard. I reacted to the first 2 episodes and then I recorded the next 2 and I'm like, nah, it's just not getting better. I don't know why it's not getting better. So I dropped it. Same with Isekai Cheat Magician. This is like, if you want to see Isekai like garbage, this is it. Everyone that complains about Isekai, this has all of it. All of their complaints. And then the Rising of the Shield Hero season 2.
I know, bro.
This is just a disappointment.
It's so disappointing.
It's really bad, and this is coming from someone that was hooked on the manga, because I heard season 2 was coming out, so I read through the manga of all of season 1 and stopped right before season 2 would start, and I loved it. It was so cool, but it's like once the revenge element got taken out in season 2, it's like I didn't know where the story was really going, and the animation was awful. It was terrible. So I gave that a 2. But yep, that's my list. And then we got all these in my plan to watch, and there's plenty more. But final overall thoughts on the list before we move on.
Hey, Rashad. Oh, man.
Either of you. I think I know what Rashad's gonna say. But I already explained myself.
Yeah.
I already explained myself.
Oh, you wanna go first?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yo, so for your all anime list, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Do I have to give you like a rating? Or do I gotta give you my thoughts?
Just give your thought. What do you mean, like a rating?
No, I didn't know.
An A+.
Bro, I didn't know how this works. Yeah, my fault. I don't know how this works, bro. Like, I'm new to this anime list,
hey,
so I'll
we
just
don't
give
know
you my
either.
thoughts. Okay, all right. But no. Like you like deep dive into this anime shit, bro. I think everything was solid. You know, you gave your thoughts and about everything of like explaining your reason why and stuff. Like I just don't know how you do it. because half of those animes that you watch, you somehow remembered a good chunk of it.
Mhm.
So I think it was solid. I think it was good.
Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
Yeah, of course.
Rashad, any thoughts?
You know, man.
Lay it on me.
No, I think, bro, the more and more I watch, other YouTubers and other anime enthusiasts,
Mm-hmm.
discuss and talk about anime, the more I'm realizing, man, you know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff at the end of the day is just subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
Cloudy,
That's his
man.
way of saying he completely disagrees.
No, I'm just saying. Listen,
I'm
man,
waiting for a butt, bro. I'm waiting for a butt.
man, if like half your list, majority of the list is masterpieces, that's cool, man. You know what I mean?
I
That's
mean,
that's just your opinion.
you say half, but we can sort right now.
He said,
There's
"We can
there's a
skip."
lot of nines.
Yeah.
There's a
Look at
good
the
number of nines.
tens. Look at the tens.
Yo,
But
that
hold
is
on.
crazy.
Hold on.
Bro,
Hold on.
come on.
This is wait. Look at this. Look at where the 10 is. This is where the 10s end. And look at this bar on the side. That's only like 1/3. That's not that. Actually, it's less than that because there's still the plan to watch and all that. So this is like maybe like 1/5 of the anime I've seen. Probably less than that. But yeah, I'll admit there's a lot that I give 10s to, but that's because there's a lot of anime that I think are like must watches. There's a lot of must watches out there that people sleep on. And it's not like all of my 10s are like mainstream anime that everybody loves. Like, who do you see over here giving Garden of Sinners as a recommendation? Or Redline as a recommendation? Or Nichijou as a recommendation? Like, I think one thing that I'm realizing now that I think has played into me giving these anime masterpieces is because in my head I'm thinking, why haven't people been talking about this? Why isn't anyone watching this? So that might play a role into why I put some of these as 10s, is because I think they should be more popular than they are, but people just haven't given these series a chance.
Okay, that's right.
So that, my friends, is Cloudy Crow's anime list.